audio test, so give it a second. It's like corny dance. It's like corny dancing. I'm a better dancer than that. Hey guys, just doing the audio test. Alright, audio works. Cool. Hey, how are you guys? Let me check in on you. Yes, so people asking about the music in the intro. It should be in the description, and it's Bass Meme on Bandcamp. He's really talented, amazing guy. So, hold on. Let me, what did I do? Drop, oh no. I like to have my white shirt in the background when I'm wearing dark, because, you know, then you can see the definition of, you know, the whole thing. It's different than when it's just all dark blobs, you know? So, yeah, thank you so much, Jay, for that. Yeah, you know, it's been really rough for me. You know, I don't get it, because I see some fighting on Twitter sometimes about chicks kind of cashing in, and all they have to do is just regurgitate certain talking points or whatever, and, like, I don't know, like, I understand the sentiment, and I have seen that happen with some girls. I mean, I don't know why the Candace Owens or, you know, whatever girl is, like, popular. I don't know how they get to do that through with the most basic bitch kind of talking points, and they get all this attention. So I have seen it happen, you know. There has been some, you know, right-wing e-girls that have gotten a lot of attention and money and fame and success saying this kind of stuff, but, like, not in the dissident right circles, I feel like, that much, because, I don't know, like, we have people freaking out and calling them whores and whatever, blah, 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 and it has not been that good to me. I mean, the right has been just as bad to me online as the left has, and I lost my career, full-blown career, you know, and that's my issue. I think if there's an e-girl that starts peddling these talking points for attention and money and a career, but, like, they've never accomplished anything before in the past, I think that's something to look at. Like, I do think that that's fair. Okay, this bitch has never done shit in her life, but she's just trying to come in on this kind of grift, right? But in my case, and I've seen a lot of girls get attacked, and in my case in particular, I had a full-blown career. I was making tons of money. I had all the attention I could need, if you want attention. You know, I performed on a crowded stage in New York City every night for celebrities, for freaking, you know, the it crowd of New York City, you know? And I had all the attention. I had the cheering of my name when my stage name is being called to perform next, and I'm behind the curtain. Like, I've had that all. I've had tons of money, thousands of dollars for just one day of a Christmas party, drinking champagne, and if you saw my Twitter or Instagram, Lady Alchemy today, like, just being in a bathtub of diamonds, you know? It was so fucking easy and awesome and amazing to have that career. And I lost it all, you know, because of my political opinions. They found out. I didn't even go around spewing it. They found out my political opinions and weeded me out and ruined my career, made sure I could never work again. And here I am now e-begging online, you know, for money. And let me tell you, it's not good. Like, I'm not making money like I used to make, and I like e-begging is not really cutting it, and the attention is nowhere near the real attention in real life that I had, and the money is nowhere near the money. And trust me, the money I was making, it was in a check, did my job, got a check out a week later or some shit, you know, and you know, got that quick pay into my account or what have you from my agent or something, you know. It's like, didn't have to fuss about and beg for money, you know. So this sucks. This sucks to have to e-beg, but this is where I'm at. And I'm pretty broke, and it would really help out a lot if you guys have a few bucks to spare and you guys are doing okay in your situations. A donation towards me really means a lot and it helps a lot. I'm currently trying to make my back rent of storage fee, you know, my late storage fee. I'm trying to raise enough money to pay for that and get to rent. I'm like halfway through the month. I'm still not even working on rent yet. Fuck. Sucks. So yeah, my point is, thanks Jay. If you guys have a few bucks to spare, it goes a long way for me. I really appreciate it. Oh, thanks, Mattia. I says, well, if you ask me, you're doing better than a lot of other people I've known. Same situation, worse outcomes. Oh, God, it feels pretty fucking bad to be me right now. But all right, I'll take it. So, yeah, let's get into it. Today, we finished off the Gothic art history last time. That was fun. Gothic art history. And now we are at, it's a very generic chapter. Don't really, I mean, is this Renaissance time, right? I think that's what they were leading into last time, was that it's like, they were talking about Renaissance. So maybe that's what we're talking about. I don't know why they didn't call it Renaissance or something, but I don't know. The chapter's called Europe 1400 to 1500. That's that. And yeah, there's all this stuff to go through, so I don't think it's going to be one full day. This is probably going to be at least 2 days of streaming this chapter, but let's see, that. We're going to start on this side, and it's the, we'll go over it. Burgundy and Flanders. I mean, Flanders just makes me think of The Simpsons. Chartreuse de Champmol. What? No, shut the fuck up, Tyson. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god. You just helped me out so fucking much. You just helped me out so much. Seriously. Holy shit. Wow. Fuck, that was on Streamlabs too. I mean, Super Chats. Wow. If you guys can do Streamlabs, that would be great. That would be ideal. But holy shit, you fucking... Oh, God, wow. Thank you so much, Tyson. Fuck. If you want to join the Discord, please let me know. We'd love to have you. Just hit us up. If you're on Twitter, you can hit J up or whatever. I would love to have you join our community. It's really fun. And fuck, I don't even know like how to express my gratitude right now. This just like, you just saved me like so much. It's crazy. Thank you. Like, it seriously means a lot. Fuck. I want to like give something back so bad. Wow. Okay, I feel like rude to just continue on now. Jeez. Please share something with us. Say something with us. That would be great. Thank you. Wow. So hold on a second. Goddamn fucking YouTube. I hate YouTube. They're gonna take fucking most of that money. God damn them. Fuck. Give back by educating us on art. Okay. Patrick McDonald, hey, nice to see you in here. You were also very kind to me. I think that was you who sent something in my PayPal the other day. Thank you so much. Just relax and enjoy the evening. That really makes it way easier to enjoy the evening and enjoy the streaming thing. Fuck. Patrick McDonald says, should have called this episode 1400 to 1500. Reformation cometh. No fun allowed. Also, I have $5 to spare because I'm not a baller like Tyson. Fuck, man, it all adds up. And you know what? When I'm in need of $5, I really don't have it. So your $5 really helped me out a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Fuck. Alright, I should just stop swearing. So, yeah, we are working on this chapter, Europe 1400 to 1500. And I mean, there's this classic, is it Jan? Is that how you say it? Jan Van Eyck? It's Van Eyck. It's a Van Eyck painting. But it's great. It has this, like, I mean, I know purple was also, in the Byzantine, the purple was very royal and stuff, but I have a feeling this green, I think, was a very royal color, too. I know, like, purple can be a royal color, like that deep purple, but I have a feeling this, I think I remember in art history a long time ago. I'm talking 20 years ago in high school or something. I think there was something about this purple, I mean, green that popped out. I mean, that dress is awesome. Look at those sleeves with the fur. The slits. That's awesome. Anyway, yeah, I remember also from art history class. Look, he's got that hipster hat on. Got like he's got like a hipster Putin going on over here. This is like every person in LA right now wears like a goddamn dumb hat, like they're Orthodox or something. Anyway, yeah, this is interesting because you know these like little mirror ball, like spherical domed mirror things that they have that you hang on the wall. I don't know if you've ever seen that before, but that's what this is, and it's really interesting. But you can see the back end of the two characters, and you can even see the artist himself in the middle. So that's really cool. This thing I'll always remember. It's a very blurry image, but you can see the idea. Just blur your eyes, and you can kind of see what's going on there. So that's great. That's cool. Oh my God, so many little details. Like I didn't even notice this little, I don't know, creature in the wood there. Got the shoes, got some little slippers going on in the background, just hanging out. Why didn't they clean up before they painted this thing? Come on. And then this dog I just noticed too, which I think is really funny. Come on, what's going on with my computer? It won't grab. It won't grab. There we go. There's the dog. Look at that little guy. So funny. Love the rug. It really bothers me they left the slippers out like that. And they got fruit just hanging around too. So, yeah, cool. Her hairline is, bit something. So we have, yeah, we'll get into it, but this is the Jan Van Eyck, Giovanni Arnolfini and his bride. This is 1434, oil on wood. Kind of like that on wood kind of stuff. I also did the tempera on wood a lot in the other chapters. It's 2 feet 9 inches by 1 foot 10.5 inches, and that's at the National Gallery in London. Oh my God, I wish I saw this when I was in London. I like lived in the London area for like a year. Damn. So Van Eyck played a major role. Oh, yay, how fun, more things.
Well,
Amazing.
I'm no Tyson, Walter. Open mouth smile.
Tyson's the big guy in the stream today. He's the champ today. The drag, $50. Oh my God, I'm so thankful, guys. Thank you. Well, I'm no Tyson Walter. Wow. Are we getting closer to Renaissance? Yeah, I think so. Interesting. So, hey, wise guys, nice to see you in here. He says, still life art. Maybe that's why they didn't clean the house first. Yeah, I know, it totally is. Why don't you like work on wood? No, I love the wood.
I appreciate your bravery. To support someone and lose your way of living is commendable. Can relate in a smaller scale, being a black conservative myself. When I said I supported Trump, lost a lot as well.
Wow, awesome. I feel like there's a bunch of new people in here. That's really fun. I hope you guys really enjoy this little community that we have going on. Super artsy, non-SJW type people. So thank you for that. I'm going to try to say your name. Keep giving you cheapo, says Tyson. Tyson the player. Okay. Big boy around here. Lady Alchemy Sensual Candles. Yes. Okay, I'm going to try to say your name. Is it Keys 215? Keys? Thanks so much for the $10, and you seem to be new around here. And he says, I appreciate your bravery to support someone and lose your way of living is commendable. Can relate in a smaller scale, being a black conservative myself. When I said I supported Trump, I lost a lot as well. Yeah, that's crazy. I would love to have you guys in my Discord. It's a really fun group. Just talk to Jay. You guys seem really, really awesome. And Jay is also a young black conservative himself. And so maybe I'm gonna start shipping you guys together as friends. Look, you both are black. I do that all the time. I'm like, hey, I know another black conservative. You guys want to be friends? But yeah, no, totally. I could see that. I could see that. It's such a strange thing, man. It's so strange. I didn't expect it. I'm 35, so I have never seen it this volatile before. I didn't think it was going to be a big deal, and I didn't mean to speak up. They kind of found out my politics, and that was enough for them to freak out. But yeah, I could imagine in the black community. I lived in Bushwick, Brooklyn, during the election in 2016, and yeah, it was really scary because it was the hood, and I mean, my neighbors were like in gang. They were like part of the Reds or some shit. They were like Red Gang or whatever. They like one time it was like, do you want to see my gun? And I was playing tough guy myself. I was like, I'm from upstate. I'm shotgun myself. I'm good, thanks. And but yeah, it was quite scary because when I went to vote, it sucks too because there's a lot. I think there's a church on my neighborhood. You know, when like black people, you know, they go to church and shit. They're like, they're pretty proper. They're pretty conservative. I feel like the black community is really conservative about a lot of topics, but they vote Democrat. And when I was living there, there was when I went. Yeah, like church. Like if it was Sunday, you'd see, you know, black lady all dressed up in her Sunday with the hat. You know, the hat. It was like the Southern kind of Sunday church service type thing. Like they really go for it. They're really cool. They're really conservative. But when I went to vote, it was interesting because I, you know, went into the voting station, whatever, the building, and then when I signed my name to vote, I saw that there was an R next to my name, so I quickly scanned the rest of the page. It was all D's, all the way across the board, and I was like, man, that sucks. Like, why? Why are you guys doing that? It's crazy. Hold on, I'm just rolling a little Siggy with what my friend Frank got me, some from that CBD stuff. CBD, I'm not sure if CBD does anything, but tastes like weed, so I'm smoking it. Okay. What are you guys talking about here? Okay. I should make my own merchandise. I do have merch. I'm gonna be making a new set of stuff. I've had for a few years some different merch and some pretty cool stuff, but aside from like t-shirts and shit, I am going to be working on doing some actual fashion clothing stuff, you know, that has a lot of Western aesthetics to it, but fashion. So, yeah. What do we have going on here? Oh, subscribers. Yay, I love subscribers too. Okay. We're just being bros saying hi to each other. Okay, awesome, awesome. Let's get back to it. So, where do we have? We have this thing. Okay, yeah, so Van Eyck played a major role in popularizing oil painting and in reestablishing portraiture as an important art form. Awesome. I have to sneeze. In this portrait of an Italian financier and his wife, the artist also portrayed himself in the mirror. Yes, yes, that's what we went over. Yeah. All right, so I do want to go over real quick, back it up just for a second, because whenever we do this big picture is what they call it, up in the right-hand corner. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it says the big picture. It's always a chapter recap, so I like to do these chapter recaps before we get into the new chapter, because a lot of times it just flows right into, because it's chronological, so it's good to recap what we went over, and then we can get into the 1400s real quick. This fucking cat out there, man, it's moaning. It's moaning. So, in the last chapter, we have Gothic Europe, France. The birthplace of Gothic art and architecture was Saint Denis, where Abbot Suger used rib vaults with pointed arches and stained glass windows to rebuild the Carolingian royal church. The early Gothic, 1140 to 1194, west facade of Suger's church also introduced statue columns on the portal jambs. Remember, portal is the doorway. It's the church doorway. I love that name, portal. Cool. And the jambs are like in between the doors and framing it, okay, so they introduced these statue columns on the portal jambs, which appeared shortly later on the royal portal of Chartres Cathedral. So after a fire in 1194, Chartres Cathedral was rebuilt with flying buttresses, 4-part nave vaults, and a 3-story elevation of nave arcade, triforium, and clerestory, setting the pattern for high Gothic cathedrals, 1194 to 1300, including Amiens with its 144-foot high vaults. Awesome. So flying buttresses made possible huge stained glass windows. Yes, yes, yes. So flying buttresses made possible huge stained glass windows. The divine colored light, Lux Nova. I love that name. I'm going to copy that. Okay, so the divine colored light, the Lux Nova, they admitted, transformed the character of church interiors. I love it. Oh. Got my stained glass headdress. This is my version of that Gothic Europe stained glass window aesthetic. So then we have, see, now I'm in a good mood. You guys gotta give me money early on instead of later on. I'm in a good fucking mood. I'm chilling. How are you guys doing? What are you guys talking about? Okay, let's get back to it. High Gothic statue columns broke out of the architectural straitjacket of their early Gothic predecessors. At Chartres, Reims, and elsewhere, the sculpted figures move freely and sometimes converse with their neighbors. We're conversing. In the 13th century, Paris was the center of production of costly illuminated manuscripts in urban workshops of professional artists, which usurped the role of monastic scriptoria. So yeah, Paris in the 13th century, what they're saying is that they were like the cultural hub of illustrations for these manuscripts. They call it illuminated manuscripts, and they had workshops and professional artists, and that was like the first time that happened, because these artists and scriptoria and all sorts of stuff was the illustrations and reading and writing in general was really done in monastic work. So like people in monasteries and stuff, there were monks that did the illustrations and the reading and writing and scriptoria stuff. But then it changed to being more of a like trade, and professionals started doing it in Paris. So we have England and the Holy Roman Empire. English Gothic churches like Salisbury. Oh wait, no, let's go up here real quick. So the Chartres Cathedral begun 1134, rebuilt after 1194. It's a picture up there. Then you have the illuminated manuscript, which is the God as Architect of the World. Oh, I love that. It's 1220 to 1230. So England and the Holy Roman Empire. English Gothic churches like Salisbury Cathedral differ from their French counterparts in their wider and shorter facades and sparing use of flying buttresses. Especially characteristic of English Gothic architecture is the elaboration of architectural patterns as seen in the perpendicular style fan vaults of the Chapel of Henry VI. German architects eagerly embraced the French Gothic architectural style at Cologne Cathedral and elsewhere. German originality manifested itself most clearly in sculptures depicting emotionally charged figures in dramatic poses. These statues of secular historical figures in Naumburg Cathedral signaled a revival of interest in portraiture. Okay, so this reminds me, there's a lot of commotion going on outside and in my apartment with these cats. So I'm going to put on my background music. Let's do that piano. Let's see. Relaxing piano. Turn on my heater for this too. There we go. There we go. So, yeah, England, I think, had different. So did Italy. They had a few different types of Gothic styles. The English one was a little wider than it was tall, but it had all those definitely a lot of Gothic architecture shit thrown on top of it, but instead of it being really tall and narrow, it was more spread out. But yeah, so Italy, Nicola Pisano carved pulpits incorporating marble panels that both stylistically...
Sending good vibes and money.
Oh my god, what a good day today. I'm so happy. Thank you. Let's see. It's a really good day today. Nice. Went for a run, too. Okay, so... Snowball, thanks so much. 50 bucks, thank you. Said sending good vibes and money. You guys are really great. I fucking love you guys. Fuck. Okay, so... Where were we? Yeah, Nicola Pisano carved pulpits. Thank you, Snowball. It really means a lot, dude. 50 bucks? Thank you. Thanks, guys. Nicola Pisano carved pulpits incorporating marble panels that both stylistically and individual motifs, depending on ancient Roman sarcophagi. The leading Italian painter of the late 13th century was Cimabue, who worked in the Italo-Byzantine style, or Maniera Greca. Giotto di Bondone forged a new path in the early 14th century. Giotto was a pioneer in pursuing a naturalistic approach to representation based on observation, which was the core of the classical tradition in art. He is widely considered the first Renaissance painter. Yeah, the Giotto guy, man, I'm really impressed by him. That's a little panel he did in this big room on the right there, the Giotto Arena Chapel, circa 1305, and yeah, he was the one that first started doing a more observational type of artwork, and it was the pioneer of Renaissance painting. He brought painting back into style for artwork, for art history at that time, and they related him to being like an early, like, scientist of sorts as far as empirical science, because empirical science is all about like observing and studying something, studying an observation over and over again, making conclusions from that. That's what empirical science is, and that's what he did with his art was study and observe and create from that. So it's an interesting concept that parallels. So the greatest master of the Sienese school of painting was Duccio, right? Is that how you say it? All those Italian words that I listen to the pronunciation. Duccio. I don't know how to say it. Whose Maesta still incorporates many Byzantine elements, but he relaxed the frontality and rigidity of his figures. Secular themes also came to the fore in the 14th century Italy, most notably in Ambrogio Lorenzetti's frescoes for Siena's Palazzo Pubblico. Palazzo Pubblico. His depictions, so it was in the city hall. His depictions of the city and its surrounding countryside are among the first landscapes in Western art since antiquity. So yeah, not only the landscapes is he like the first landscape artist for a long time and kind of brought that into scene, but yeah, his thing at Sieno's city hall is really interesting, right? Is that Palazzo Pubblico? Is that a city hall? But yeah, he did those paintings that was like what the city and country is like during good governance, and it just depicted people engaging in markets and living life, and there was peace, there was no rioting and bullshit like what we're dealing with right now. So that was like good governance creates this, it's prosperity, it's goodness. And he did the same thing with the countryside, where it was like everything is fruitful and great and beautiful countryside. So let me see this super chat real quick. What do we got? Oh yay, we got a Streamlabs donation. Yay, cool. Thanks, Steven. You're the best. He says, we're almost at Renaissance. I sent you something in Twitter DMs. It's history related. Oh, cool. Okay, let me check that real quick. Ancient Roman villa discovered under block of flats in Rome, Italy. Oh my god, that's so interesting. All right, I'll bring that up. Awesome, thanks for that. Let's just check that out real quick. Let's check that out real quick. Oh no. I have to disable a blocker? Hold on. Pause on this site, right? Can I do that? I'll refresh. Okay. Awesome. Cool. So this was 2 days ago. Amazing. Oh, I love this stuff. I should do a video on this. Thank you, Steven. Because if you guys look at some of my other YouTube videos that are not streams, but like actual videos that I edited and scripted and stuff, a lot of it, oddly enough, is archaeology. There's been a lot of amazing archaeological findings. The videos that I've done, I think that I even have one that I never published, but it was about this big Dionysus head that they found in Europe, and they found a lot in Greece. There's a place in Greece where they found a ton of stuff, sculptures of goddesses and stuff, and it was very historically interesting stuff. There was discoveries that they found between a freaking Tesco and gas station or something. Tesco is a gas station? Yeah, it was between two British generic, like a Costco and Tesco or something in some random town. They found a burial site, like an ancient burial site that had like one of the first, like it was like it's like the equivalent of King Tut but for like England, and it was like on the cusp of Christianity, so it had a lot of that like ancient burial kind of pagan stuff, but mixed with the beginnings of Christianity in that ancient burial. It was like some sort of prince or something. So that's interesting. Let's see. I have to put this incense out. It's too much. It's too much. Put incense on so, you know, get the vibe going in here. And sometimes it just chokes you. It's too much. Okay, ancient Roman villa discovered under block of flats in Rome, Italy. Wow. Archaeologists have unearthed the remains of a luxury Roman villa, complete with sumptuous mosaics under an apartment block in the Italian capital, Rome. Hidden for some 2,000 years, the find will open to the public next month. I mean, that's amazing. I wish I was back in Europe where we could just go around and see this kind of stuff. The remains of the series of ornately decorated rooms were discovered when engineers were carrying out the earthquake proofing of the 1950s residential building in 2014. Archaeologists were called to undertake €3 million excavation funded by BNP. I don't think it's the same BNP I'm thinking of. Paribas Real Estate. Okay. The company that owns the apartment blocks. Okay. So it's a real estate company that owns the apartment blocks. What? This real estate company funded a $3 million excavation? Wow. The company that owns the apartment blocks. The archaeologists found a complex of lavish rooms with black and white mosaic floorings. Wow. The site will soon be accessible to the public in a subterranean museum. Cool. The extraordinary site lies in the area around the Aventine Hill, once home to wealthy ancient Romans. As Daniela Porro, Rome's chief city archaeologist, said, Rome has a city archaeologist, okay. You can see from the richness of the decorations and the mosaics that the villa belonged to a powerful person, probably linked to the imperial family. Wow. That's so cool. Thanks, Stephen. Over several years of excavation, archaeologists dug up a hoard of artifacts. These included everyday objects such as a hammer, a key, and a hairpin. They also found amphorae, which were containers for garum, a condiment of fermented fish used in Roman cooking. Okay, fragments of lacquered bowls were also unearthed, decorated with images of Hercules and the goddess Athena. The dig revealed 6 different strata of historical remains, ranging from 8th century BC to 3rd century AD. Wow. The mosaics unveiled include a bold green and red parrot and grapevine. Aw, Jay, look, there's a parrot. A green and red parrot. A mosaic of mango. How amazing. There are also remnants of frescoes and Latin inscriptions. The archaeological site will open to the public in November. In order to maintain the privacy of the resident dwelling, the underground remains will initially be accessible 2 days a week. The underground museum will feature multimedia exhibits to bring the space to life. These will include video projections on walls of ornaments, and people moving through the rooms. I've seen stuff like that in England, yeah, some projection stuff. It's pretty cool. I love projection mapping. The find adds to a growing list of spectacular discoveries in the Italian capital. As Porro commented, Rome never ceases to surprise us. It's an archaeological jewel. And that's true. Europe's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. There's still people living in that apartment complex, and then they just, like, found this crazy old shit underneath it, and they're like, yeah, well, now there's a museum underneath us. What the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? Crazy. Okay, let me catch up with you guys. Mango's ancestor! Oh my god, that's crazy. Yeah, garum, fermented fish sauce. Wow. Weird. Mediterraneans are master of architecture. In England, they found the body of Richard III under a parking garage. Yes, I remember that. Yeah, they found the body of Richard III under... It was like, again, a parking lot for, like... Salisbury or something. Is it Salisbury? How do I say it? Hold on, I still have a notebook. Sainsbury. It's like Sainsbury. Sainsbury home. You can't see it. Whatever. Anyway, I got this in England. But yeah, it's like, it was like in some random parking lot they found like fucking grave. Yeah. Okay, so let's get back to the scheduled program. Okay, yeah, so let's finally get fucking into it. We're 50 minutes in. Okay, so Europe, 1400 to 1500. In the 14th and 15th centuries, Europe experienced the calamities of plague, war, and social upheaval. The Black Death that ravaged Italy in 1348, killing 50 to 60% of the population in the largest cities. We can relate to that nowadays, right? Okay. Well, not quite that bad, but still, oh my god. Why is it so fucking bright on me? It's crazy. What do we... So the Black Death that ravaged Italy in 1348, killing 50 to 60% of the population in the largest cities, also spread to much of the rest of Europe. The 100 Years' War, 1337 to 1453, further contributed to instability across the continent. Primarily a protracted series of conflicts between France and England, the war also involved Flanders, a region corresponding to parts of what are today northern France, Belgium, Holland, and Luxembourg. So there's the map on 8-1. Let's see this map. Okay. So this is 1400s. Okay. So that's Flanders. Duchy of Burgundy. Okay. Interesting. So, crisis in the religious realm exacerbated the period's political instability. In 1305, the College of Cardinals elected a French pope, Clement V. He and the French popes who succeeded him chose to reside in Avignon. Avignon? Is that how you say it? Understandably, this did not sit well with Italians, who saw Rome as the rightful capital of the Universal Church. The conflict between the French and Italians resulted in the election in 1378 of two popes, Clement the 7, who remained in Avignon, and Urban the 6th, who resided in Rome. Thus began what became known as the Great Schism, which lasted until the election in 1417 of Martin V. Martin, a Roman pope acceptable to all. Wow. Despite the troubles of the age, a new economic system evolved, the early stage of European capitalism. Responding to the financial requirements of trade, a new credit and exchange systems created an economic network of enterprising European cities. The trade in money accompanied the trade in commodities and the former financed industry. Both were in the hands of trading companies with central offices and international branches. In Italy, the most prominent financiers were the Medici of Florence. Ooh, I need a Medici in my life. Can we get some Medicis to fund some art, please? North of the Alps, the Flemish established the first international commercial stock exchange at Antwerp in 1460. It became pivotal for Europe's integrated economic activity. The thriving commerce, industry, and finance contributed to the evolution of cities, as did the migration of a significant portion of the rural population to urban centers, with successful merchants and bankers joining kings, dukes, and popes as major patrons of painting, sculpture, and architecture. The arts also flourished. Okay, again, what is a common theme that we see throughout art history in this book? What is it? It is that all of these important people, whether they were emperors or popes or kings or the Catholic Church, dukes, whatever, these people in history, throughout history, were the patrons of the arts and architecture, and they understand the importance of art and its impact on society and culture and civilization and influence and political influence and whatever. So art is super important, and it really bothers me when the right ignore that and they forfeit the arts to the left, because what are we going to study in history books and stuff like that? I mean, culturally, it's left-wing, and the right doesn't even give a shit to, you know, take it over or produce our own great works that we can, you know, rebuild. So what do we have here? Okay, let's get back to it. So Burgundy and Flanders. In the early 15th century, Philip the Good, roughly 1419 to 1467, ruled a region known as the Duchy of Burgundy. Duchy? Duchy. I'm going to call it Duchy unless you guys tell me it's wrong. D-U-C-H-Y. Duchy of Burgundy. The fertile east central region of France, still known for its wines. In 1369, one of Philip the Good's predecessors, Philip the Bold, oh yeah, I love that. Philip the Good's predecessor was Philip the Bold. Okay. Roughly 1364 to 1404. Married the daughter of the Count of Flanders and acquired territory in the Netherlands. Thereafter, the major source of Burgundian wealth. Okay, so let's start over again. So, Philip the Good's predecessor. So before him, there was Philip the Bold, and he married the daughter of the Count of Flanders and acquired territory in the Netherlands. Thereafter, the major source of Burgundian wealth and power was Bourges, the city that made Burgundy a dangerous rival of royal France. Bourges? Oh, God, I have to look it up now. They're going to say it a million times. It's pronounced Duchy. Okay. Wait, how do I spell it? What is it? It's... B-R-U-G-E-S. 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 Pronounce.
Bruges.
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 Bruges. Okay, that's it. Bruges. Bruges. Yeah, everyone is still shocked by Tyson. Tyson is the man today. Wow, wow, wow. Bruges. Okay, so... So thereafter, the major source of Burgundian wealth and power was Bruges, the city that made Burgundy a dangerous rival of royal France. Bruges initially derived its wealth from the wool trade and soon expanded into banking, becoming the financial clearinghouse for all of Northern Europe. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's map of France, the Duchy of Burgundy, and the Holy Roman Empire in 1477. Indeed, Bruges so dominated Flanders that the Duke of Burgundy eventually designated the city his capital and moved his court there from Dijon in early 15th century. Due to expanded territory and the prosperity of the Duchy Burgundy, Philip the Bold and his successors were probably the most powerful rulers in Northern Europe during the first 3 quarters of the 15th century. Although cousins of the French kings, they usually supported England, on which they relied for the raw materials used in their wool industry during the 100 Years' War, and at times controlled much of northern France, including Paris, the seat of the French monarchy. At the height of Burgundian power, the reigning duke's land stretched from the Rhone River to the North Sea. Oh god. I don't know how to say that last word. Chartreuse I can do. That's chartreuse, I do believe. Rainbow says, what did Tyson do? I was pretty busy today. Rainbow, look above at the super chats. That's what Tyson did. Yeah. So wait, what was I looking up just now? Fuck. Oh yeah, how to say that. Got it. So, Chartreuse de Champmol? Pronunciation. Pronounce.
Cherry Lee. Cherry Lee.
That is not at all what that says.
Cherry Lee.
That's not what that says. No.
Chartreuse de Champmol.
Okay, there you go. That's right.
Chartreuse de Champmol.
God, French. Chartreuse de Champmol.
Chartreuse de Champmol.
Chartreuse de Champmol. Champmol. How the hell do you say something that is C-H-A-M-P? Okay, champ, and then mole. Champmol.
Chartreuse de Champmol.
Champmol. Champmol. Okay. Chartreuse de Champmol. I wish I could speak French. That would be so cool. They make it sound really hard. Yeah, that's true. Chartreuse de Champmol. Okay, so Chartreuse de Champmol. Philip the Bold was among the greatest art patrons in Northern Europe. Thank you, Philip the Bold. His largest artistic enterprise was the building of the Chartreuse de Champmol near Dijon. Founded in the late 11th century by Saint Bruno, the Carthusian order consists of monks who devoted their lives to solidarity, living and prayer. That's what monks did, man. Solitary. Okay, founded in the late 11th century by Saint Bruno, the Carthusian order consisted of monks who devoted their lives to solitary living and prayer. Saint Bruno established the order at Chartreuse in southeastern France, hence the term Chartreuse, Charterhouse in English. I thought it's a color. Isn't Chartreuse a color? Huh. McDonald, I was bilingual when I was a kid, and then I lost a lot of it, so I don't speak too much more now. I just know how to do some prayers. You know, what's that? Amen, Boże pomocy, Jubanas, you know, that whole thing. But, no, if there's people like full on speaking Croatian, I'm kind of like, hey, what did he say? I gotta learn it again, whatever. Yeah, Snowball came in with the 50. Yes, thank you. Yeah. I know. You guys are like too fucking good to me, man. Too good to me. If you want, though, you can help me with the Streamlabs. The Streamlabs go straight into my account, so I can pay that bill like tomorrow. But I'm thankful for any of the goddamn money, because next month when that payment comes in, I'm going to be really, really thankful for you guys. But yeah. Shamona. Okay. So Chartreuse refers to, the term Chartreuse refers to a Carthusian monastery inspired by Saint Denis, the burial site of the kings of France. Philip intended the Dijon Chartreuse to become a ducal mausoleum and served both as a means of securing salvation and perpetuity for the Burgundian dukes and as a dynastic symbol of Burgundian power. Hey, South Dingo. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, no worries, guys. I mean, I really appreciate it. I mean, the Super Chats is a fun game to play, but... And I always do look forward to the 22nd of the month to get whatever payment comes in that I get from YouTube, so it's always super helpful. Thank you. Aww. Thanks, McDonald's. So fucking nice to me, you guys. Really happy today. This is a good day. So what do we have here? For the Champmol cloister, Philip the Bold's head sculptor, Klaus Sluter, so the sculptor of that guy's head, active around 1380 to 1406 of Haarlem, designated, and that's another thing, can I just stop for a second about Haarlem? So, Haarlem, New York, was named after Haarlem over here in the Netherlands or some shit. And because Haarlem in New York is actually quite lovely, the architecture and the way it is along the river there, the parks and stuff like that. It is very, very lovely and beautiful. So they named it after a beautiful historical place in Europe. So we gave you something nice, okay? No, McDonald, thank you guys. It really, 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 really helps a lot. Thank you. Yeah. So, okay, so for the Champmol cloister, Philip the Bold's head sculptor, Klaus Sluter, 1380 to 1406 of Haarlem, designed a large fountain located in a well that provided water for the monastery. Wow. It seems improbable, however, that the fountain spouted water because the Carthusian commitment to silence and prayer would have precluded anything that produced sound. Water's not bad. Although Sluter died before the completing the entire fountain, he did finish Well of Moses, figure 8-2. Okay, so that's what we see here in 1406. Moses and 5 other Old Testament prophets, David, Daniel, Isaiah, Jeremiah, and Zechariah, ring a base that once supported a crucifixion group. Okay, the Carthusians called it a fons vitae, a fountain of life. I love that. Fons vitae. The blood of the crucified Christ symbolically flowed down over the prophets, spilling into the well below, washing over Christ's prophetic predecessors and redeeming anyone who would drink water from the well. What? That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. So, Klaus Sluter, Well of Moses, Chartreuse de Champmol, Dijon, France, 1395 to 1406, limestone with traces of paint. Figures are 6 feet high. What? It's crazy. Well of Moses, a symbolic fountain of life made for the Duke of Burgundy, supported a crucifixion group. Sluter's figures recall the jam statues of the French Gothic portals, but are far more realistic. They certainly are. Let's take a closer look real quick. Cool. It's pretty fucking cool. That's a fountain. McDonald says, this reminds me of Ghostbusters in Carpathian? Interesting. So, tempera and oil painting. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, let me just catch up with some donations here because we got McDonald, the $10 he says, all hail the new queen in town, Martina Markota. Martina, I want you to have all of this and buy in Arizona. Thank you. Actually, I have leftover Arizona over here. I'm gonna drink my Arizonas. Thank you, man. Thank you. This Arizona can hole is too big. I always end up spilling it out of my mouth. It's just too big. If there's something buried under your parking garage, who are you gonna call? Martina Markota. Oh my god. That's funny. Okay, so the generic word paint and pigment encompasses a wide range of substances artists have used over the years. Let me just make sure you guys see this real quick. Yeah, okay, you can see it. It is a cool fountain, Jack. Yeah. Okay, the generic words paint and pigment encompass a wide range of substances artists have used over the years. Fresco aside, which we talked about last time, during the 14th century, egg tempera was the material of choice for most painters. Oh yeah, egg. I forgot they used egg. Huh. Well, that makes sense actually, because egg is pretty like pasty, man. Like, if someone eggs your car, it'll like fuck up your paint because it's just so like intense. Huh. Interesting. So the generic word paint, oh, we got that. Fresco aside, during the 14th century, egg tempera was the material of choice for most painters, both in Italy and Northern Europe. Tempera consists of egg combined with a wet paste of ground pigment. In his influential treatise, the second book of art, I think, the Craftsman Handbook, Senini, got a name like mine, Martina Markota, Senini, circa 1370 to 1440, an Italian painter mentioned that artists mixed only the egg yolk with the ground pigment, but analysis of paintings from this period has revealed that some artists used the whole egg. Images painted with tempera have a velvety sheen. Artists usually applied tempera to the painting surface with a light touch because a thick application of the pigment mixture results in premature cracking and flaking. Okay. Artists used oil paints as far back as the 8th century, but not until the early 15th century did oil painting become widespread. Interesting. Flemish artists were among the first to employ oils extensively, often mixing them with tempera, and Italian painters quickly followed suit. The discovery of better drying components in the early 15th century enhanced the setting capabilities of oils. Rather than apply these oils in the light, flecked brushstrokes that tempera encouraged, artists laid the oils down in transparent glazes over opaque or semi-opaque underlayers. Hold on, let me think about this for a second. I'm just like trying to visualize this. What the hell is a flecked brush, first of all? Flecked brushstrokes that tempera encouraged. Artists laid the oils down in transparent glazes over opaque or semi-opaque underlayers. In this manner, painters could build up deep undertones through repeating glazing. Yeah, that's what like I was curious about old oil painting, is the like going over it over and over and over again to create this depth. But like, yeah, hold on, I'm just turning off my fucking heat. Okay. Unlike tempera, whose surface dries quickly due to water evaporation, oils dry more uniformly and slowly, providing the artist time to rework areas. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, tempera is like super quick drying, and oil takes a long time for that shit to dry, so they can really work on the painting and maneuver it. So let me see. This flexibility must have been particularly appealing to artists who worked very deliberately, such as the Flemish masters Robert Campin and Jan van Eyck, and the Italian Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo also preferred oil paint because its gradual drying process and consistency permitted him to blend the pigments, thereby creating the impressive smoky effect that contributed to his fame. It's called the sfumato. Alright, what was that? Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. You guys are amazing today. Sfumato. Oh my god. Where did you guys even fucking come from? Stick around, please. Thank you. Now I think I can pay my bill tomorrow. And he says, still not Dyson. The drag, it's amazing. Thank you. And thank you for the Streamlabs. It really helps me out a lot. So I'm excited for next month to get that super chat money. I mean, it's like, whew. And then I got the $60 today. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Wise Guy said, isn't flecked where you load your brush with extra paint and whip the brush towards the canvas to splatter paint on canvas? Probably. Sounds good. New York pizza gets me flustered, fam. Oh, God, it's funny. Damn, I want pizza too now. Okay, so sfumato, it's the smoky effect. Okay, so he blended things. I like blending. As an artist, that's what I do. I like to blend. I will blend. Just like blending makeup. Blend that shit, you know? That's why I hate when those girls, especially like the trannies and stuff like that, and those like Instagram girls, they'll use like white. It's called a highlighter. They'll use a white and they'll just go blop, and they'll do like blop and a blop like on their nose. Like it's a full-on circle dot. Blend. You're not supposed to see your brush strokes on your face. Blend that shit. Make it look like an illusion. God. Pizza field trip, then off to Europe. Awesome, yeah. Flecked Future magazine. Oh my god, it's so fucking funny. He says, you're literally just going over what we learned in art history class. Cool, cool. All right. You're the expert then, Jay. You're the expert. You can add your 2 cents what you learned in class here, okay? The Drax says, didn't realize Google keeps so much, damn bastards. Yeah, I know. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. I'm looking at my, like, you know, tally on my super chats, and I'm just kind of like, how much am I really going to get? But I'm so thankful for any of it. It's fine, it's fine. Who the fuck is Ender? Subtle makeup is the best look. Yeah, that's right. You gotta blend that shit. Make it look like an illusion. Don't just go bloop, bloop. The thing is, men are stupid. Sorry, no offense. But men are really stupid with that shit, and they don't notice it. But, like, God forbid if I had one little freaking white dot here, and, like, here, and, like, here, you guys be like, why do you have clown makeup on? Like, why is there a dot on your nose? I'd be like, because everyone else is doing it. I don't need the dot on my nose. I have a super pointy nose, so don't need that effect. I actually need the opposite. I try to do the opposite. Instead of the white dot, I actually put darker on my nose so that it can look less pointy. I think I'm the only one that does less pointy nose makeup. Got a fucking pointy ass nose. So, both tempera and oils can be applied to various surfaces, though the early 16th century wooden panels served as the foundation for most paintings. That's what we've noticed. I've definitely seen tempera on wood. I haven't seen the oils on wood lately, but yeah, the tempera on wood we've seen a lot in the previous chapters. Italians painted on poplar. Poplar? Northern Europeans used oak, lime, beech, chestnut, cherry, pine, and silver fir? F-I-R, fir. Availability of these timbers determined the choice of wood. Linen canvas became increasingly popular in the 16th century, although evidence suggests that artists did not intend permanency for their early images on canvas. The material provided particularly useful in areas such as Venice, where high humidity warped wood panels and made fresco unfeasible. Further, until artists began to use wood bars to stretch the canvas to form a taut surface, canvas paintings were more portable than wood panels. Interesting. I do want to read something. It's not a super chat or anything, but Jeff Jones, Left Jones, says, it's not that the right has no interest in art. We are banned, blacklisted from the arts, just like me. My family built Ridgeway Library and Performing Arts School in Philadelphia. Wow, I'm an artist too, but my story and I are banned. Oh, I would love to chat with you sometime, because I was telling them earlier on in the chat that, yeah, I mean, I was very, I would say, successful performer in New York City, and it totally got destroyed. But that's kind of my issue. The fact that they found out my opinions that they didn't agree with and banned me. I am now sitting here e-begging for money, and, you know, I don't see a lot of support other than you guys really caring about the arts and trying to, like, most of what I get is, why bother, it's a leftist industry. Like, why are you trying to, like, get into a leftist industry? I'm like, what are you talking about? Golden age of Hollywood was Republican. You know, all this art history in the world is because of, like, the church and shit. You know? It's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, I'd love to talk to you. Maybe we can get together. Again, you guys should join my Discord. I would love to have all of you guys in there. It's been really great getting to know you guys and have you part of my life. And I think a lot of people really enjoy these streams because of the chat. So let's all hang out. You know what I mean? Let's be a part of the chat. Where are we at? Okay, so yeah, that was the whole thing about painting on wood, and then their use of canvases and stuff. So this is Robert Campin, master of Flamel. It's an altarpiece, circa 1425 to 1428. It's oil on wood. The center panel is 2 feet by 1 3/8 inches by 2 feet and 7/8 inches. Each wing on the left and right is 2 feet and 1 3/8 inches by 10 and 7/8 inches. It's at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York, the Cloisters Collection. Oh, I've probably seen that. How exciting. We can always go to this one. Go to the Met and see this baby. I don't know, this monk. I mean, the monk looks pretty young to me, honestly. Am I getting old, or does that guy look young? I love the way that they did fabrics and stuff. Look at the folds of the fabric. I love that. Oh, look at this guy working away. Cool. And the backgrounds, look at the city in the background. It's amazing. Yeah, so this is Campin set the Annunciation in a Flemish merchant's home, in which the everyday objects represented have symbolic significance. Its oil paints permitted Campin to depict all the details with loving fidelity. Indeed. It looks like oil. All the details in the oil, man. It's great. So although the six prophets recall the jam statues of Gothic portals, they are much more... oh, shit. We're going... I didn't finish reading this thing about the... damn it. The Well of Moses. I fucked this up. But yeah, we're getting back to the Chartreuse thing with this cloister, this well of Moses, Chartreuse de Champmol in Dijon, France, and it's limestone with traces of paint. It's 6 feet tall. So although the six prophets recall the jam statues of Gothic portals, remember what we saw last chapter, the Gothic church doorways with the jam statues in there, and they were on columns, and they started getting more lifelike instead of columnar. They are much more realistically rendered. Slutter's intense observation of natural appearance enabled him to sculpt the figures with portrait-like features and to differentiate textures ranging from coarse drapery to smooth flesh and silky hair. Originally paint, much of which has flaked off, further augmented the naturalism of the figures. It's interesting. I really wish I could see these types of statues with paints on them. Apparently a lot of them had paints on them. The painter was Jean Malou, circa 1365 to 1415, another Netherlandish master. This fascination with the specific and tangible in the visible world became one of the chief characteristics of 15th century Flemish painting, which I love. I love that kind of stuff. I forgot to put my piano back on. Put my piano back on. There we go. Jam statues. Now I'm into the jam statue thing. Crazy. Okay, now we're at the Robert Campin, which is what I just showed you at the oil paints. One of the earliest Flemish masters and one of the first to use the new medium of oil painting was the master of Flamel, who scholars generally agree was Robert Campin, 1378 to 1444, of Tournai. Although traditional scholarship credited Jan van Eyck, discussed next, with the invention of oil painting, recent evidence has revealed that oil paints have been known for some time, and that other Flemish painter, Melchior Broederlam, active around 1387 to 1409, was using oils in the 1390s. Flemish painters built up their pictures by superimposing translucent paint layers, called glazes, on a layer of underpainting, which in turn had been built up from a carefully planned drawing made on a panel prepared with a white background. With the oil medium, Flemish painters were able to create richer colors than previously had been possible, giving their paintings an intense tonality, the illusion of glowing light and enamel-like surfaces. These traits differed significantly from the high-keyed color, sharp light, and rather matte, dull surfaces of tempera. Tempera's pretty dull, but I like tempera too for what it is. But yeah, I like the shading and intensity of oil for sure. The brilliant and versatile oil medium suited perfectly the formal intentions of 15th century Flemish painters, who aimed for sharply focused clarity of detail in their representations of thousands of objects ranging in scale from large to almost invisible. I love detail stuff. Campin's most famous work is the Merode altarpiece, a private commission for household prayer. It was not unusual in that respect. Based on an accounting of extant Flemish religious paintings, lay patrons outnumbered clerical patrons by a ratio of 2 to 1. At the time, various reform movements advocated personal devotion, and in the years leading up to the Protestant Reformation in the early 16th century, private devotional exercises and prayer grew in popularity. One of the more prominent features of these private images is the integration of religious and secular concerns. Artists often presented biblical scenes as taking place in a Flemish house. Although this might seem inappropriate or even sacrilegious today, religion was such an integral part of Flemish life that separating the sacred from the secular became virtually impossible. Moreover, the presentation of religious art of familiar settings and objects no doubt strengthened the direct bond the patron or viewer felt with biblical figures. That's true, that's true. The Merode altarpiece is a small triptych, 3-paneled painting in which the center panel represents the popular Annunciation theme as prophesied in Isaiah 7:14. The Archangel Gabriel approaches Mary, who sits reading. We've seen this time and time again in this book. The artist depicted a well-kept, middle-class Flemish home as the site of the event. The carefully rendered architectural scene in the background of the right wing confirms this identification of the locale. Yeah, that's what I pointed out, was the background out the window of that guy working. The depicted accessories, furniture, and utensils also help identify the setting as Flemish. However, the objects represented are not merely decorative. They also function as religious symbols. The book, extinguished candle, and lilies on the table. The copper basin in the corner niche, the towels, fire screen, and bench all symbolize in different ways the Virgin's purity and her divine mission. In the right panel, Joseph has made a mousetrap, symbolic of the theological tradition that Christ is bait set in a trap of the world to catch the devil. The axe, saw, and rod in the foreground not only are tools of the carpenter's trade, but also are mentioned in Isaiah 10:15. In the left panel, the closed garden is symbolic of Mary's purity, and the flowers depicted all relate to Mary's virtues, especially humility. The altarpiece's donor, Peter Engelbrecht, a wealthy merchant, and his wife kneel in the garden and witness the monumentous event through an open door. Donor portrait. I was saying reading portraits the same way that I did lepers. I was like leopards when I was like, oh, what the fuck am I saying? Okay, let's look at this again with what they just explained to us. So there's a lot of the symbols. There's the candle that's out. You can see the smoke. There's the book. Yeah. There's the pot hanging. There's all sorts of stuff going on there. And then here we have him making a mousetrap. Is that what's happening? Or is there a mousetrap somewhere else? Could have sworn he's mousetrapping it over here, and it shows the setting. And then here are the donors. The donors are kneeling, so that's who they are. Cool. Triptych, which is a 3-panel painting. Yes, yes, yes. Triptych. Okay, let's get back to this. So donor portraits, portraits of the individual or individuals who commissioned or donated the work, became very popular in the 15th century. In this instance, in addition to asking to be represented in their altarpiece, the, I don't know how to say their name, Engelbrechts probably specified the subject. Engelbrecht means angel bringer, a reference to the Annunciation theme of the central panel. The wife's name, Skirnmakers, means cabinet or shrine maker, referring to the workshop scene on the right panel. Oh, okay, got it. Cool. Jan van Eyck. The first Netherlandish painter to achieve international fame was Jan van Eyck. circa 1390 to 1441, who in 1425 became Philip the Good's court painter. How fun. The artist moved his studio to, oh no, I forgot how to say it. And I think I just exit out of it. How do I say it? Fuck.
Bruges.
Bruges. Right. I should think of Bruise. Oh, Rainbow. Wait, why didn't I hear it go off? The GIF is going off, but I didn't hear it. Give me the piano music name. Oh, okay. I'll give you the link. It's a live link. There you go. Wow, why didn't I hear that? The pizza GIF went off. Amazing. Thanks, Rainbow. You're the best. You are the best. Okay, thank you. Didn't say anything. Thanks, Rainbow. You're the best. Oh god, now I can pay my bill tomorrow. Oh my god. So stressful sometimes. Did I play the piano? Yes, I grew up with a piano in my house. When I was in elementary school, we had a grand piano, and from junior high on, we had a normal piano that goes up against the wall, you know, one of like the flat ones. And I actually was in the school band since elementary school. I know how to read music. I played the flute and clarinet competitively. I still own a flute. I think I want to whip out some flute action for Lady Alchemy. I think that'll be fun. Bye, Josh. Thanks for coming by. Really love you guys. Thank you. Yeah. Alright, just because, like, the GIF happened, but the audio didn't, I may just, like, force the GIF, which is, like, a fake donation, and it's just a test donation, but I just want it to go off. Let me see. Alert box. Let's see. Because I think I was trying to turn off the noises for the debate stream. So that's why that happened. Let's see. No noise. Let me see. What's happening? Why aren't there noise? I was trying to turn off the noise last time, but now I gotta learn how to do this better. New alert will interrupt the on-screen alert. I don't know what that means. Oh well. I'll work on it. I don't know why the random ones didn't go off. Is it because it's the Streamlabs one? Interesting. That was a legit Streamlabs donation, right? Yeah, no, it was. It's just the thing is I turned off the audio, like, interrupting thing so that when I was doing the debate stream, it wouldn't, like, constantly interrupt and start reading shit when, like, we're trying to listen to what they're debating about. So I was trying to turn it off, but I don't know what I did in the settings because, like, now sometimes it's, like, off, sometimes it's on. I don't know. Thank you guys. You guys are the best. Alright, let's get back into it. The $96 donation? What? Where? I'm so confused. Oh, no. I told you that $96... No. I told you that that's a fake donation. That's me testing. That was a test donation. That's not a real donation. Okay, guys. Of course it does $96. It makes it look like I got a lot of donations. But, like, no. Usually it's like the test donation is like, you know, a few bucks. I was trying to test it so that I can see if it was, the audio was going off. So let me see. I'll test it again. So here we go. Test donation. See? Something's happening. Yeah, John donated 52 bucks. That's the test donation. And I don't hear the audio. So there's something with the Streamlabs donation that I have to fix with the audio. But those are the preferred donations, so don't be deterred. Just saying. I just have to fix the audio on that. But yeah, no. That was a test donation. Don't mind that. Chill. You heard the audio. Really? Oh, okay. Interesting. John is a social construct. Oh, hey, Black Eagle. He says, any streams are on Caravaggio, Rembrandt, and the, what's it called? It's a specific art style that Caravaggio perfected using contrast. Chiaroscuro. I think that's what you're talking about, right? Chiaroscuro? Chiaroscuro. That's how I say it. I have to do the hand and the accent when I say chiaroscuro. Okay. Chiaroscuro. Yeah. No, we're not there yet. They mentioned chiaroscuro a few times. I think last time they mentioned it, but I think we're leading our way to that. It's gonna be so exciting. Yes. Okay, let's get back to this. Where are we at? How long have we been streaming? Damn, it's an hour and 40 minutes already? Shit. Alright. Okay, so Jan van Eyck. The yes, with the hand waving. Okay. The first Netherlandish painter to achieve international fame was Jan van Eyck, circa 1390 to 1441, who in 1425 became Philip the Good's court painter. The artist moved his studio to Bruges, where the Duke maintained his official residence in 1432, the year he completed the Ghent altarpiece. Figures 8-4 and 8-5. I think that was 8-4 and 8-5. Ooh, very cool. Damn, that oil is so cool. Oh my god, what happened? What happened? Okay, there we go. Wow. So cool. So this one is the Ghent altarpiece, I think. Closed? This is it closed. Okay, and it's at Saint Bavo Cathedral in Ghent, Belgium, completed 1432. It is oil on wood, and it is 11 feet 5 inches. What? Well, it's an altarpiece by 7 feet 6 inches. Monumental painted altarpieces were popular in 15th century Flemish churches. Artists decorated both the interiors and exteriors of these hinged polypliques, which often, as here, included donor portraits, which I believe are the two bottom ones. Those are the two donors, right? So this, I believe, is it open. Girl's got a bit of a gunt on her. Or, is that what we call it? I don't know. She's got a bit of a fupa going on. I don't know what's going on with that body and that hair and forehead, but okay. Oh god, this damn thing. I swear to god. Guy in the middle is awesome. Ooh, is that the Virgin on the left? She looks gorgeous. She looks great. I love that. so this is the Ghent altarpiece open in Ghent, Belgium, completed 1432, oil on wood. And when it's open, it is 11 feet 5 inches by 15 feet 1 inch. Holy motherfucker shit. Chicks have fupas, dudes have guns. Okay, sorry, I'm just so used to like saying gun lately. Oh, Margia says, for some reason the way Martina pronounces here makes me laugh a lot. Yeah. I didn't even notice I do that. Oh my god. I didn't even notice I do that. See, that's so funny, the shit that like happens unintentionally and the shit you guys point out, man. I would never notice that I say yeah. Okay, so in this sumptuous, I love that they say sumptuous all the time in this. In this sumptuous painting of salvation from the original sin of Adam and Eve, God the Father presides in majesty. Sorry. Van Eyck rendered every figure, garment, and object with meticulous fidelity to appearance. Okay, someone did the 96 bucks now, for real. Did that happen on screen yet? Did that happen on screen? Oh, wise guys, come on, you're so nice. Let's schedule something soon. We'll get me on your stream, man. Fuck, you guys are so nice. Oh, God. Martina has the coof. Speaking of coughing, I want to smoke a little bit more, so we're just gonna sit on this Van Eyck painting as I appreciate Wise Guys Entertainment. If you guys, please, Wise Guys or Jay or one of the moderators, please share Wise Guys' channel link. He streams. He's a comic book person, so if you're into Comicsgate, comic book art, what have you, good guy, good guy. A legit 96 bucks. That's right. I need more tobacco. Here is my tobacco. Oh no, I don't have any more tobacco, I don't think. Oh no! I don't have any more tobacco. I'm gonna have to do some really gross shit and break up some of my other ones. A legit 96 bucks, man. You guys have been really fucking good to me today. Holy shit. I really appreciate it, and I'm super thankful. You have no idea. I really wish I could just offer you guys something more for your kindness. All I have to offer is, you know, some educational streams. There's my Discord. You know, I have some merchandise if anyone wants any. If you were a donor today and you'd like some merchandise, please send a message somehow to either one of the mods, me, Discord, Twitter, whatever. And I would love to send you a thank you for today. Thank you, thank you. Now I gotta go out and buy the cheapest tobacco out there. That's what I get. It's nice. It's a nice bugler, so I don't spend too much on this shit. This lasts me a while, a bag of bugler. It's good stuff, thank you. You guys want a Discord link? Alright, alright. Black Eagle, are you on Twitter? Are you able to send me a message or like tweet at me, comment underneath maybe the stream post or something, and I'll DM you a link. I just don't want to send it in the chat because I do have lurkers that are stalkers of mine. So if you guys just DM one of us or email me, my email is on the screen as well. It's martinamarkotanyc@gmail.com. Any sort of way, I'm easy to get a hold of. Difficult for me to like respond a lot of times, but easy to reach if you need to. So yeah. Banned from Twitter. Alright. My email is martinamarkotanyc@gmail.com. I'm sorry, I would just share it in the chat, but unfortunately, stalker situation. The stalker situation requires that I have to vet people, and you know, if you just say, hey, I'm Black Eagle or whatever from the stream tonight, what's the Discord? I'll be like, alright, cool. Black Eagle's down. I don't hear it reading. Why did it stop reading all of a sudden? It's been reading. I think it's the Streamlabs. That's what it is. It's the Streamlabs. Martina, loved your political stream. Can we see more? How about next debate or speech by Biden or Harris? Also would love to see you on Cotton Gottfield. They say just need you to set a good date for yourself. Oh, yeah, I think they've emailed me. Thanks for the reminder. I'll screen cap that. But, yeah, awesome. Thank you. Well, yeah, I mean, I was trying to stop doing too much politics because of all the problems it's caused me. Not that it would, you know, go away or make up for it by any means. But I was just kind of like, I'm just gonna do what I gotta do. Just gonna do what I do about art and culture. That's my jams. I mean, I'm not a political pundit by any means. I don't really know much about, you know, details about policy and this and that or what's going on. But I do pay attention, I think, as most people do nowadays. Election's coming up. So, yeah, I think the political streams actually have been quite fun. I definitely intend on doing all of the debates and any speech. I think there was actually a speech. Jack, is the speech still happening? It's been 2 hours, though. I don't think it was a speech. I think Trump went on Tucker or something. He went on Tucker, and but we can take a little quick break if you'd like about this art history, and let me bring up actually what's going on. Let me just go to Twitter real quick. So also, this is a Twitter account of mine. I don't know if you guys follow it or know of it, but it's Virtus Liber, kind of like the Mutus Liber. It's Latin for a virtuous book. It's the opposite of Vice. So you have Vice magazine, and then you have Virtus. Okay, you got Virtus Liber, Virtus magazine, whatever. Go follow it. But that's the account I'm using on here so that I don't fucking do some dumb shit and check my messages or something on stream. So I'm going on this, but there was something going on. Let me see. Let's go back. I think I lost it. I had some Trump shit going on. What happened? Explore page has U.S. election. There was something going on with Trump. What happened? I think also Lindsey Graham got corona. I think that's the news. Oh, yeah. And then so I guess they canceled the next debates. So let me see. Hold on. Trump debate. They canceled the October 15th debate. Trump should just go on Joe Rogan. Yeah, so they canceled it. Let me see. Let me just go to our news. yesterday, 2 hours ago, as we were streaming, Commission cancels second debate between Trump and Biden. Canceled or rescheduled? What? I want them to cancel it. The Commission on Presidential Debates on Friday canceled the second debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden after the president declined to do a virtual debate despite concerns over his COVID-19 diagnosis, organizers said. The cancellation is the culmination of a furious 48-hour back and forth between the commission and both campaigns, and means that would have been the third debate in Nashville. And that means what would have been the third debate in Nashville on October 22nd will likely be the final meeting between the two candidates. No! I had all my graphics planned out. I had 3 sparkly graphics. Fuck. I wanted 3 debates. Damn it. It's now apparent that there will be no debate on October 15th, and the CPD will turn its attention to preparations for the final presidential debate scheduled for October 22nd, the commission said in a statement. The commission, with the backing of their health advisors, announced on Thursday morning that because Trump tested positive for the coronavirus, the debate that was scheduled for Miami would be held virtually, with the 2 candidates appearing from remote locations. Trump swiftly rejected that plan, saying he would not show up and setting off a series of events that put the future of all general election debates into question. In response to Trump's cancellation, a Biden spokeswoman swiftly said that they would have agreed to a virtual format for next Thursday's contest. Contest? That's how they think of this stuff. It's a contest. But because the president had seemingly bailed, he didn't bail. He didn't bail. He just said he didn't want to do it virtually. They would book another format for the former vice president to take questions. Wait, so this is about the former vice president Biden taking questions? This is what this is all about? Him taking questions? Not a debate. It's a contest, and he's taking questions. Okay. And they did just that when later in the day, ABC News announced that they would be hosting a town hall with the former vice president. Vice President Biden looks forward to making his case to the American people about how to overcome this pandemic, restore American leadership and our alliances in the world, and bring... Okay, he looks forward to making his case to the American people about how to overcome this pandemic, restore American leadership and our alliances in the world. What are you talking about? Trump made alliances with everyone, with Kim Jong-un, and bring the American people together. Oh my God. Biden campaign spokesman Andrew Bates said Friday in a statement, It's shameful. It's shameful that Donald Trump ducked the only debate in which the voters get to ask the questions, but it's no surprise. These fucking people are nasty. They're nasty. The Trump campaign, in response to their candidate backing out of the debate, issued 3 statements on Thursday that slammed the commission, pushed the Biden campaign to agree to an in-person debate, and said that they would be willing to push the October 15th debate back a week to October 22nd, and then move the third debate to October 29th, just days before the November 3rd election. But Biden's campaign rejected their proposal, so he's the one that bailed. Do you see that? They said Trump bailed, but he says, no, I don't want to do a virtual one. I want to do a real one. We can push the dates back if you want. And Biden bailed. Biden's campaign rejected that, with campaign spokeswoman Kate Bedingfield saying in response, Donald Trump doesn't make the debate schedule. The debate commission does. I mean, okay, fair enough, but they're proposing things. So Biden gets to say yes or no, but Trump doesn't. Okay. The Trump campaign has argued that because the president's physician, Navy Commander Dr. Sean Conley, has cleared him for travel, the commission should move the debate to an in-person setting. Trump is now in talks to do a town hall with NBC on Thursday in lieu of the debate. according to a person familiar with the plans. But that source cautioned things have not been finalized yet. If that event comes to fruition, both candidates would be participating in town halls and separate events instead of the debate, which was scheduled to be a town hall style format. There is no medical reason to stop the October 15th debate in Miami from proceeding as scheduled, since the president will be healthy and ready to debate, Trump's campaign spokesman Tim Murtagh said in a statement on Friday. There is no real reason there shouldn't be the 3 total presidential debates as Joe Biden had originally agreed. We have suggested using October 22nd and October 29th to hold the final 2 debates. It's time for the biased commission to stop projecting Biden. It's time for the biased commission to stop protecting Biden and preventing voters from hearing the 2 candidates for president. Agreed. This is Biden doing this, not Trump. He added that Trump would be willing to debate Biden without the commission's involvement. Debate. This is crazy. What the fuck is going on? Okay, we have more super chats. Hold on. Streamlabs. Hold on. Let me see. This is crazy. We have Surf Dog donated $7 Canadian through Super Chat. Thank you. He says they're desperate, pulling out all the stops. All stops like moderator, was Biden interim, pure BS like the polls. They are really, really trying everything they can. Holy shit. They are doing everything they can to fuck this up. It's insane. Oh, wow. Angel Fox says the debate moderator was caught messaging Scaramucci. It's all over the news, guys. Holy shit. Yeah, let's look that up too. Yeah, I'll look that up in a second, Angel Fox. Remind me that. I'm going to finish this article. Well, I'm in shock. This is crazy. So, what's going on? Yeah. So, he added that Trump would be willing to debate Biden without the commission's involvement. Yes, let's do it. The cancellation is a political loss for Trump, who is down in all national polls and either behind or tied with Biden in key swing states. The loss of a debate deprives the president of a platform that he needs at a time when his campaign is trailing. That's what they said last time. The first debate between Trump and Biden, a chaotic affair, was watched by more than 73 million people. Why was it a chaotic affair? It was just it was a debate. What do they think a debate is going to do? The reality for the commission, however, is that once Trump backed out and Biden agreed to an ABC town hall, no, that's not what happened. Trump didn't back out. Biden backed out. Anyway, so the reality for the commission, however, is that once Trump backed out and Biden agreed to an ABC town hall, a second debate between the candidates was unlikely, according to multiple sources familiar with the negotiations. Of course it is, because they want to fuck Trump over as much as possible, make it his fault. And the commission head, Frank Fahrenkopf, told CNN on Thursday night that Trump campaign's push to hold an in-person debate next week in Miami after the president had already backed out of the contest. Why do they keep calling it a contest? Am I going crazy? Is it weird that they're calling it a contest? I've never heard of a presidential election being a contest. This is like reality TV. What the fuck are they talking about? Anyway, so the commission head, Frank Fahrenhofer, told CNN on Thursday that night that Trump's campaign pushed to hold an in-person debate next week in Miami after the president had already backed out of the contest. It did little to change the commission on presidential debates' belief that any debate next week must be viral. The Cleveland Clinic would have to clear it, Frankenhoff said, but he added that does not get the Biden campaign back involved, something the head of the commission believed was unlikely to happen after conversations with top Biden aides. Right, so it's Biden that's being difficult. Any sort of negotiation to reschedule, it's the Biden's campaign that is saying no. Yep. They moved on and are going to do this thing with ABC, Frankenhoff added. It doesn't look good unless the Biden campaign changes their mind. Right, it's the Biden's campaign who is holding this back. Negotiations between the campaigns and the commission earlier on Friday did nothing to change the fact that the likelihood of a Miami debate was low. It is fair to say that it's looking like Miami will be canceled, a source familiar with today's negotiations told CNN. I don't think there is any movement on either side that will make Miami happen. Okay, well, that's that. Okay, let me get to what... Let me get to what Fox said. What's her name? Something Fox. What was this news? Angel Fox. Debate moderator. Messaging Scaramucci. 23 hours ago, Fox News. Let's check this out. So, debate moderator Steve Scully raises eyebrows with tweet asking Scaramucci, should I respond to Trump? Okay. Presidential debate moderator Steve Scully raised eyebrows on Thursday night with a tweet that is having critics question his objectivity ahead of the second matchup between President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden. Scully, who is best known as the political editor of C-SPAN and host of Washington Journal, sent a cryptic message that caused quite a stir on social media. Scaramucci, should I respond to Trump? According to a tweet from his account. That message appeared to be directed at former White House Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci, who was once a supporter of President Trump but has since joined the hashtag resistance and has been outspoken in favor of Biden's candidacy. What the fuck? It's called President Trump. Scully, okay? That's like some AOC shit. It's called Mr. President Trump. Scully, who was set to moderate a town hall debate on October 15th, now crumbling after President Trump withdrew from the now virtual event, sparked confusion and fury amongst critics, with many concluding that the moderator meant to send such a message to Trump's foe privately. Odd thing for the next debate moderator to tweet, political reporter Alex Thompson reacted. This is not going to help the idea that Scully is in any way an objective and unbiased journalist and moderator, Newsbusters managing Curtis Hook wrote. We need a different moderator at the very least. This is disqualifying, Rebecca Heinrichs, a senior fellow at the conservative Hudson Institute, tweeted. Oh. Conservative Hudson Institute. Where's that? Hudson. So we have the Hudson River. Hudson is very like new. Oh, it's Washington D.C. Oh, okay. Well, I'll follow her later. Okay. So yeah, we have Joe Concha also said. What? Oh, okay. That's coming down here. So. It appears that our moderator for the next debate thinks he's DMing with Scaramucci, but accidentally tweeted at him. I'm sure he'll be a fair and unbiased moderator, said Daily Caller's Greg. Oh, fuck Daily Caller. They just want to get attention and news. That's all they really do. To be fair, I don't know Greg. He could be a nice guy, though. I like some people at the Caller. What? Because I used to work there. That's why I'm saying that. Okay? Office in media. Political media. What? Why is the next presidential debate moderator publicly asking one of Trump's staunchest critics in Anthony Scaramucci if he should respond to the president? In a related story, Scully once interned for Senator Joe Biden. Optics here are horrible and underscore mistrust is in media, I think he meant to say. The Hill media reporter Joe Concha tweeted. Scaramucci seemed to offer him advice on how to deal with the president. Ignore. He is having a hard enough time. Some more bad stuff about him to go down. Fucking weird. Responding to both Scully and Scaramucci's tweet, White House Deputy Communications Director Brian Morgenstern told Fox News at Night anchor Shannon Bream that if anybody is having a bad week, it's clearly the Presidential Debate Commission. Now, their chosen moderator certainly seems not to be very impartial, Morgenstern told Bream. The first one, Susan Page, of course, is writing the glowing biography of Speaker Pelosi, and now Mr. Scully, who interned for Joe Biden, now colluding to use the word the Democrats love with the mooch, who, you know, I love the mooch, but he's gone way off the deep end. He is a wild-eyed critic of the president at this point, and now to have a debate moderator seeking his advice. I think the cat's out of the bag. I don't think Mr. Scully is impartial. So that really calls into question, again, the Debate Commission's judgment here. Neither the Commission on Presidential Debates nor C-SPAN immediately responded to Fox News' request for comment. Of course. A spokesperson for Twitter told Fox News, "We've no comment," when asked to confirm whether or not Scully's account was hacked. However, according to the Commission's co-chairman Frank Fahrenkopf, Scully's account was hacked. No, it wasn't. Oh, okay. We got more things going on. Okay, hold on a second. So, thank you for the super chat, Surf Dog. Oh, no, I already read that. Yeah, $7. It says they're desperate, pulling out all the stops, like moderator Biden intern. Pure BS. Yes. Let me see. Hey, Marino, nice to see you. We will do etiquette tomorrow, okay, buddy? Promise. I know you don't like this political stuff. I think you're not really a Trump person, so sorry about that. We were doing some art history, but it's been over 2 hours, and I'm just taking a little break and looking at some political stuff going on. So what do we have here? So they're claiming his account was hacked. A spokesperson for Twitter said that. However, according to the commission's co-chairman, Frank... Oh, yeah, it was hacked. No. Spokesperson for Twitter said we have no comments. And the commission's co-chairman says that the account was hacked. Steve is a man of great integrity, okay? Fahrenkopf... I have to read this again. I have to read this in a, like, California, LA talking voice, okay? So... Steve is a great man of integrity, okay? Steve is a great man of integrity, okay? Fahrenkopf said. The Brian Kilmeade show, Friday. He said this on someone's fucking show on Friday. So, I don't know this question about whether he tweeted something out or not. I do know, and you'll probably pick up on in a minute, that he was hacked. Apparently there's something now that's been on television and radio saying that he talked to Scaramucci. He was hacked. It didn't happen. Okay? Fox News reached out to the Commission on Presidential Debates for clarification as to whether or not Fahrenkopf was definitively saying Scully was hacked. Fox News also reached out to C-SPAN for confirmation. Scully's credibility as an unbiased moderator... hold on a second. Let me see. Scully's credibility as an unbiased moderator was previously questioned after it became known that he previously served as an intern for then Senator Biden and served as a staffer for the late Democratic Senator Ted Kennedy. Good old Ted. Wasn't he a man of honor, right? Wasn't he the fucked up Kennedy? Didn't he, like, kill someone? He, like, killed a person. Okay. So another tweet of Scully's from 2016 election showed him sharing a New York Times op-ed entitled, "No, not Trump, not ever." Trump pulled out of the Scully-moderated debate after the commission's... Trump did not pull out of the debate. Trump pulled out of the Scully-moderated debate after the Commission on Presidential Debates unilaterally announced that it would be turning the Miami town hall into a virtual event as the president continues his recovery from the coronavirus. Biden subsequently withdrew from the debate and has since already scheduled an ABC News town hall scheduled for the night that the debate was supposed to take place on. Okay. Anyway, let me see if you guys have any questions or comments. Killed a hooker. That's what it was. Okay, good old Ted, you know. Dumped the body in the river. Why is it so bad it is virtual? Trump has coronavirus. Oh, hey, Connor. Why does no one get this? No, I totally understand that. Okay, the concern is coronavirus is very serious, and to be in the same room, it's an airborne thing, there's a concern. Totally understandable. I think that Trump probably feels that the debates are less effective unless it's like a person-to-person thing. I mean, you know, technology is like weird, you know? Like, I feel like it's not... I mean, this is also unprecedented that we're dealing with this in this time of like fucking presidential debates and shit and this election. It's like, there's never been this like online debating shit. So I feel like he just wants it to be normal and that's the most effective thing. So he's like, no, I want to do it. I'm fine. I'm healthy. The doctor said I'm good, you know? Doctor said I'm cleared to go, that we can do this. So Trump is being, you know, trying to show that he's strong and like, hey, we got this. I'm doing this debate anyway. I don't want to do it virtually. And then he wants to reschedule. He says, okay, if you're concerned about COVID, we can do these dates. And Biden says, no. So, I mean, I think Biden can also work a little bit on this too. I think everyone's being really stubborn and like there's no reason Biden can't agree to another debate. Like, what's wrong with another date for the debate? Connor says, you're being reasonable. Technology is weird. I just feel that Trump owes the American people to have debates in some form. I actually thought his idea of pushing things back a week was fair. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, great. I'm glad that you're not just like, rah! Because, like, yeah, I think they're both being stubborn. Jack says, but I wouldn't do a virtual debate knowing that they can cut you off whenever they want. Ooh, especially when the moderator is a former Biden staffer and never Trumper. That's interesting because you know how they have the issues of over-talking. And I don't know. I mean, I understand that debates have, like, you have your time and you have your time and you go, like, back and forth. But I feel like sometimes there needs to be a little bit of room of, like, back and forth more, you know? I feel like every time they start getting into, like, their point, the moderator's like, okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Enough. Okay, enough. And it's like, oh, man, like, can they just kind of, like... It's not good to talk over each other when they're overlapping. That I get. Cut that off and don't let that happen. But I feel like it's kind of interesting and good when they say something, and then they say something, and then they say something. I feel like it's a little boring to have them, like, have a whole few minutes and no one's allowed to say anything during that. I mean, it's, like, I get it. It's like, but I feel like there can be a little back and forth. It's kind of annoying. They need more time than 2 minutes, yeah. The moderator is there to keep the conversation going, yeah. I want to see Trump and Biden in the boxing ring, okay. Yeah, give and take, yeah, I like that. Let the debate happen organically. Yeah, I feel like it's too forced and then no one is able to say anything all the time. Connor says, the thing is, they talked over each other incessantly in the first debate. Can we just agree, though, that these posts about Biden having a wire are literally bullshit? Yeah, I've never posted about that because that gets too conspiracy theory for me. I think it's interesting and it's always interesting to see what comes out about the debates, but I don't really like to post about stuff unless it's a joke. On my Instagram, I post jokes. So sometimes I post stuff that are obviously, like, not right. Like, let me show you this one meme that I just posted today. And it's like, duh, obviously it's not proven or whatever, but I'm not trying to make my Instagram provable facts. But I don't think I posted anything about The Wire ever on anything. Because it's like, to me, I'm like, okay, all right, whatever. Let's see, what was I, oh yeah, this thing. Dude, this thing got, like, blocked as, like, fake news on my Instagram. It's so fucking funny. It was like, I got a fact checker on this. It says, the doctor said they've never been, hold on. The doctor said they've never seen a body kill the coronavirus like my body. They tested my DNA, and it wasn't DNA. It was USA. Yeah, that got fact checked. It was, like, so fucking stupid. That's the type of shit I like to post. The Wire thing is, like, I mean, I get it. It's interesting. People can dig for that. Cool. But, like, it's not my main thing. Saki. Okay, Josh. I'm about to get out of here anyway. Yeah, Marino, there was, like, some weird wires and things in his cuffs and things. Like, there were, but, like, everyone's going around saying that, like, he was being fed stuff. Yeah, no, I know, Connor. I know. Connor is here. He's a British lefty, okay? And he's a friend, an IRL friend. He's been to my wedding. So, be nice. But he is definitely on the other side of the spectrum. So, Jack says I really wanted that quote to be true. Yeah, he's on the other side of the spectrum, so I know that you're not accusing me of anything particular, but I agree. I see what you're seeing on our side, but yeah, there's all sorts. I mean, they also have the same shit with... They also have the same shit on the left, where they just kind of come out with the most ridiculous shit. It's like, okay. It's like, oh, the fly on Pence, it's because he's full of shit. It's like, yeah, haha, funny. Everyone had the fucking fly on them in, like, every debate for many years. Like, Obama's had the fly. Hillary's had the fly. Okay, calm down. Like, why is the fly the main thing that you want to talk about instead of, like, what they debated about, you know? That's annoying. Leave the fly to the memers like me, okay? I'm going to post Pence's fly. I will post on Instagram all sorts of hilarious shit about Pence's fly. Let me do it. You don't know how I vote, Connor says. Shut the fuck up. You're a lefty, okay? You are. I'm just letting everyone know that you're, like, on the other, like, side, you know. I don't know what your UK shit you vote. I don't even know what's going on in the UK anymore. Man, I was all about the UK politics when I was there. I felt like I knew shit. I knew what was going on. I lived in the UK when fucking what's-her-face was prime minister. The other bitch. The other lady that was, like, dancing. And then I was living in the UK when Boris Johnson became PM. I smell too good to have a fly on my head. The Fly is a damn good movie. I think that quote was true, honestly. I don't know. Surf Dog says 2-minute debate is fine for a Dem. They've got nothing factual to say. Trump-Pence needs much more time to lay out all the accomplishments. That's definitely what they do. To be fair, the Trump campaign, I think they do it out of defensiveness, because they get told that it's a disaster all the time. Incompetence and, you know, regain whatever. But, so I think they do that as a way of, like, this is the things that we've accomplished, you know? And it's the same reason why I list my accomplishments when I talk about billboards or magazines, you know? It's because I want to relay to all the people that are constantly saying that I'm, you know, nothing, like they don't comprehend what it is that I had as Lady Alchemy. So I tried to explain it by explaining my accomplishments. I've done this, I've done that, I was in this, I was in that. And then people kind of take that and go, oh my God, look at her talking about herself and what she's done. It's like, I'm just explaining because people don't understand what my accomplishments are, what I was, what Lady Alchemy has done. So I just want to, like, explain it. There was no policy in the first debate. It was all heat and no light. Theresa May, that's what it is. That's what it is. The other bitch. Okay. Anyway, guys, I've been on for over 2 hours. Unless you want me to stay on, we can see real time what's going on in the news together. But, okay, we got debate highlights. Pelosi unveils a bill that would give Congress power in removing presidents. That's crazy. Like, to me, Pelosi's just the crazy one out of all of them. Just insufferable. Like, just pure hate. That's what annoys me about Pelosi. It's just pure hate. Biden called Trump a clown. Stay on, this bleeding lefty has words for you. Oh, God. Theresa May was the EU's bitch. Yeah. Yeah. President Trump hopes to return to public engagements on Saturday, 10 days after COVID-19 diagnosis. Oh, I heard something. Why was it so low? The volume's so tiny. I can barely hear it. Let's see. I might have to go to the bathroom break, though. That's what I have to do. Oh, you're so kind to me. Thank you, McDonald. He gave $5. He says, before the stream ends, Martina, I wanted to give one more donation. Can the 15th be a political stream anyway? Sure. You know what? I have the graphic for it. Sure. I can show you guys my graphics, maybe. Audacious fly captivates America during the vice presidential debate. Why didn't it capture America when it was on Hillary's no-fly zone? The second presidential debate has been canceled by the Commission on Presidential Debates. Okay. Canceled. I'm really hoping he does a speech anyway. We can watch Biden's thing, too, if that's going to be live. Learn more about your voter registration and absentee balloting. Okay, this is interesting because I went last week to the Board of Elections in Brooklyn and made sure I was registered to vote. And they said that I was going to get something in the mail about details where to vote and whatnot, but I never got it. And it was like a week later. And today's the deadline. Today's the deadline to vote. I don't know if that's different in other states, but October 9th, baby, today. And I was like, do I have to go back to the Board of Commission in Brooklyn? Board of Election in Brooklyn. If I could stand in that monstrous line that was insane down the fucking block and deal with this, but I looked up online and I'm registered to vote. Yeah, did it. We're ready to go. Judges fracking in a fly. Highlights from the VP debates. Plexiglass can't contain the facial expressions from the vice presidential debate. That plexiglass was funny. Comparing the vice presidential debate with the first Trump-Biden event. Interesting. What's your view on mail-in ballots? Do you agree with Trump's view on them? Connor, well, I probably will side with Jack on this one. I mean, he's informed me more than anything about mail-in. To be fair, even, like, aside from any sort of conspiracy about mail-in ballots, I do not have a lot of faith in the mail in general. Okay? I've lost so many things in the mail. I've been waiting. It's been months, and I have something from Etsy that I got delivered, and it says it was delivered in my mailbox or around it. Never got it. Disappeared. I reported it to the fucking post office. They said they were going to do an investigation. Never heard from them. Nothing happened. Paid money on Etsy. Things are gone. Don't have it. Have to repay for it again. And like the merchant sent it to me and they got a delivery confirmation. And I'm like, well, I never got it. So can you hook me up with a deal? And so I don't have much faith in them. And then in my old apartment one time I was waiting for delivery. And I was like home all day. Because, you know, I'm an artist and shit, and I didn't have a gig that day. So I was home all day, and I was, like, just constantly checking the tracking. Where's this delivery? Where's this delivery? And then suddenly I checked it, and it says that it was delivered. And I was like, I never got a ring in my... I never got a doorbell ring. Like, no one came to my door. So I checked the confirmation, and there was a signature. There was a signature that says Martina Markota on it. And I was like, I didn't do that. Where the fuck is my package? And so I just decided to go outside and look into my mailbox, and there's my package inside my mailbox, but it was signed by my name. So that means the delivery guy was too fucking lazy to ring my motherfucking doorbell while I was waiting there for him all day. He forged my name and put it in my mailbox instead. I don't trust the mail. I don't like the mail, so I do agree with that sort of conspiracy. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not into that. Oh, you guys wanted to make sure I hit my goal for once. Thank you so much, guys. Today's been incredible. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wise guys, you're so kind to me. What the fuck? Really, really, really. I want to give back somehow. Let me know what I can do. He says, just because I wanted to see if Streamlabs does anything special when you reach your goal. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe there should be like a special thing when you reach the goal. Huh. That would be cool. Oh no, I accidentally deleted all that shit. Fuck. That would be really cool if it did something. I might figure out how I can do that on Streamlabs. Let's see. Cool. Alright, you guys talk about voter fraud for a second, but I'm going to put a commercial on so I can go to the bathroom, and I'll be right back if you guys want to chill. It seems like you guys are just chilling, so I'll stay on. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, I'm back. I'm back. How's the commercial? You guys are still fighting about ballots instead of talking about my amazing commercial. Fine. I might turn the heat on a little bit. Okay. Don't have any more tobacco, so I'm gonna do my hemp ciggies. That's what I'll do. Yeah, I definitely think it's a multifaceted issue and a different issue. Hi, Heather. Thanks for coming by. I mean, kind of wrapping up here, but it's okay. It's okay. We're chilling. We went over some art history, and now we're just chit-chatting about the election. Fucking Arizona hole. Okay. I do have some gushers and stuff. I thought I got fruit roll-ups, but they ended up being unicorn fruit snacks. Not fruit roll-ups, so I can't do a gushers burrito, but yeah. Okay, so let's see what's going on with the world and what's not. Trump's first on-camera interview since his COVID-19 diagnosis on Friday night. I thought he's been on camera. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Let's see this bill. This is some ridiculous bill. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Something's happening. She's introducing it like now.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. We are really very honored to have Congressman Raskin to lead us through his legislation, which is so very important. So I hope you will prepare yourselves for a civics lesson or a presentation on the Constitution of the United States.
Okay.
The 25th Amendment to the Constitution
Bitch, put your mask
was
on, right?
ratified in 1967 after the assassination of President Kennedy, with strong bipartisan support.
Bitch, put your mask on.
Members
COVID.
of Congress have a duty to take all necessary action
It's not on right.
to preserve continuity of government and protect the stability and integrity of our democracy for the future.
She should have practiced with that
mask.
mask.
Today, again, it is my honor to welcome Congressman Jamie Raskin of Maryland, a constitutional scholar, as he introduces legislation
Now the left
to
are into the
establish
Constitution.
a
Got
commission
it.
on presidential capacity to discharge the duties and the powers and duties of the office. This is not about President Trump. He will face the judgment of the voters. But he shows the need for us to create a process for future presidents. Throughout America's history, our leaders have created and strengthened guardrails in the Constitution to ensure stability and continuity of government in times of crisis. The 25th Amendment creates a path for preserving stability if a president suffers a crippling physical or mental problem and is, quote, in the amendment, unable to discharge the powers and duties of his office and transfers his powers. Specifically, Section 4 of the amendment empowers Congress to set up an independent body to confront such a crisis. Congress has a constitutional duty to lay out the process by which a president's incapacity and the president of any party
F for Nancy's
is
mask.
determined.
She's not wearing a mask right.
This bill honors the duty by
on her chin
creating
now.
a standing commission of top former executive officials and medical experts selected in a bipartisan, bicameral way. A president's fitness for office must be determined by science and facts. This legislation applies to future presidents, but we are reminded of the necessity of action by the health of the current president. With this bill, the Congress honors our oath to support and defend the Constitution and protect the American people. And we uphold our responsibility to preserve our republic for generations to come. Now it is my honor to yield to the distinguished gentleman from Maryland, a constitutional authority, by teaching it, honoring it, and again, legislating to honor our Constitution. Congressman Raskin, thank you for your leadership.
Since when do they care about the Constitution?
Madam Speaker, thank you very much. I'm honored by your words, and thank you for inviting me to present to the press this legislation. In times of chaos, we must hold fast to our Constitution. The 25th Amendment is all about the stability of the presidency and the continuity of the office. It's a tool that was adopted by overwhelming bipartisan majorities in the House and in the Senate in 1965, and overwhelming bipartisan majorities of the state legislatures, 3/4 of whom passed it in 1967. The 25th Amendment is designed to guarantee the continuing peaceful transfer of power in our country. The principal authors of the amendment, like Senators Birch Bayh and Robert F. Kennedy and Congressman Emanuel Seller from New York, wanted to resolve basic questions about stability, continuity, and succession in the office of the presidency. So Section 1 established that if the presidency is vacant, the vice president becomes the president. And believe it or not, that was ambiguous at the time. Section 2 establishes that if the vice presidency is vacant, the president nominates a vice president, and by concurrent majority vote of the House and Senate, that nominee becomes the vice president. Section 3 established a process for the temporary transfer of power by a president who is incapacitated by transmitting to the president pro tem of the Senate and to the Speaker of the House a statement establishing a temporary disability. And this has happened multiple times with various presidents, including President Reagan, who transferred powers to Vice President Bush when he underwent colorectal surgery. Now, Section 4 deals with the problem of a president who becomes incapacitated but has made no provision to temporarily transfer powers, meaning, in the words of Senator Birch Bayh, that the president is unable either to make or to communicate his decisions as to his own competency to execute the powers and duties of his office. In that case, the vice president and a majority of the cabinet, or the vice president and such other body that may be established by Congress, may determine that there is a presidential incapacity and notify the president pro tem and the Speaker of the House of that inability to conduct the powers and duties of office. In that case, the powers would be transferred to the vice president. Now, if you read Section 4, you will see that the president has the opportunity to object, that he actually can conduct the powers despite what the vice president and these bodies are saying. And ultimately, there would be a vote of the House and the Senate, and it requires 2/3 to side with the vice president. So it's made procedurally difficult to make sure that this is really only for the most extreme situations where you have a president who cannot fulfill the functions of the office. Now, it's never been necessary, but the authors of the 25th Amendment thought it essential in the nuclear age to have a safety valve option. And as they often said, we have 535 members of Congress, but we only have one president. In the age of COVID-19, which has killed more than 210,000 Americans and now ravaged the White House staff, the wisdom of the 25th Amendment is clear. What happens if a president, any president, ends up in a coma or on a ventilator and has made no provisions for the temporary transfer of power under Section 3? Who has the powers of the presidency at that point? Is it the Chief of Staff? Is it the Vice President? Is it the Secretary of State? This situation is what demands action under Section 4. I wish that Congress had set up this permanent body 50 years ago. It did not do it, but
that's what I'm wondering, Connor. Like,
to do this,
they've had presidents
certainly in the next Congress.
Die and shit.
The framers of the
sick.
25th Amendment
That's happened in
knew
history
that you
before.
could not always count on the cabinet to act, and so Congress has a role to play, and that role must be totally bicameral and totally bipartisan. And the legislation that I introduced today seeks to establish a 16-member commission that could act in the event of such an emergency, and a chair, a 17th member, chosen by the 16 members themselves. 8 members are chosen, half by Republican leaders and half by Democratic leaders, from medical personnel, physicians, and other medical authorities. The other 8 members are drawn from the ranks of former high-ranking executive branch officers, including former presidents, vice presidents, attorneys general, secretaries of defense, treasury and state, and surgeon general. So the commission is entirely bipartisan, and of course, under the 25th Amendment, it can act only in concert with the vice president, who is the key actor under the 25th Amendment. So the Constitution is designed to give us the tools that we need to deal with the many crises of human affairs that can affect the continuity of democratic self-government. We are in the middle of a momentous election, and as the speaker said, the people will decide that. But when we get through this, the problem that we're talking about today is something serious that we have to face. And I'm delighted to introduce this legislation and to answer any questions you may have.
Yeah, I don't understand, Connor. It's like, it's the vice president. What's, like,
Madam
what?
Speaker, Madam Speaker, can you address the concern here with this commission? And this is a two-part question. Number one, the idea that medical professionals will, on this commission, would not have examined the president. There are ethical issues as to whether or not that's appropriate for them to rule or make a judgment on a president's health if they have not done that. And number two, you say this is something in the future Congress that should be addressed. And Speaker, you said this is not about this president. How can we read that at this point in time when you talk about COVID-19, this not being about?
So I'll answer the first question. I'll let the speaker take the second. The legislation sets up a process by
It's a good
which
sign, Josh. Good sign.
Congress, through concurrent votes in the House and the Senate, could direct the commission to conduct a medical exam of the president. And that would include whatever the members of the commission think is necessary to determine whether or not there's an incapacity. If the president refuses, and the president would have a right to refuse, that could be taken into account by the commission, which would have to rule based on all of the other evidence that it has.
Again, this isn't about any judgment anybody has about somebody's behavior. This is about a diagnosis, a professional medical diagnosis. Let me just back up for a second just to put personal here. When this happened, it was after the assassination of President Kennedy. And you may not know this, you weren't born yet, but there was and Lyndon Johnson became president, there was no vice president. And if anything had happened to President Johnson, and his health was not the greatest, the Speaker of the House would have become the President of the United States. So this sets up how you would elect a vice president, how a vice president would be chosen by the president, but voted upon by the House and Senate. And of course, that's what happened with Gerald Ford. He was, after Spiro Agnew, all that, he was appointed the vice president, and very popular in the Congress on both sides of the aisle, both sides of the Capitol. I love the story about how that happened, because on his 90th birthday, Gerald Ford came to the House, which is where he sprang from. He was the minority leader. And I said, Mr. President, I'm so honored to serve. I was minority leader at the time. I'm so honored to serve.
Yeah, Jack is
in
saying
the
that this is
position
about
that you
Kamala
served in.
being president.
And he said to me, I served with your
Biden
father.
is not fit.
I served with your father, and he started to tell me stories about that. When he died, I was the incoming speaker, and we had the honor of opening up the speaker's office and all the rest, even though I wasn't going to be sworn in for a day or two, but had possession of the speaker's office open to his family, who at the time he was minority leader, that's where he presided, and again, where his children came and did their homework and all the rest. So we have a real personal connection to Gerald Ford, who filled this spot as determined by the 25th Amendment to the Constitution. We can do a couple things at once. We can engage in our political activity for the public to make its verdict 25 days from now, and at the same time honor our responsibilities to have something in place that does not apply to this president, but certainly raises the issue. If a president, and this is, not with bad intention, if a president becomes incapacitated by stroke or ventilation, whatever it happens to be, that he would not have the ability, as Ronald Reagan had, as President George Herbert Walker Bush had, as President George W. Bush had, to make a judgment for this period of time, I transfer the power. So this sets up a formula. It's not for any of us to decide that. It's about a process to decide it. And as the distinguished gentleman said, without the vice president is crucial to this, and that would be the vice president of the president's party.
Madam Speaker, just a few weeks ago, or a week or two ago, you were toying with the idea of impeachment. Now you're talking about the.
I was doing what?
You're toying with the idea of impeachment.
I was not toying with the idea of impeachment.
And now
let's
you're
not
talking
have
about
a predicate that did not exist. Another question, because that is based on a false thing. Yes, sir.
What?
Madam Speaker, I'm just curious
They
about
totally
the timing.
impeached him. She was all about his impeachment.
Why introduce this legislation now? Why not wait until the new session of Congress? Things may have changed, may have a clearer view of the arc of the legislation and the Congress. Wouldn't it be easier when the decks are cleared just to wait until the next
No, we
session?
want to be ready, and it takes time, and there's been a call for why not execute the 25th Amendment. That's not what we're doing. We're saying let us Congress exert the power.
Look
that
at how
the
she didn't answer that
Constitution
question.
Gave it. Jamie, did
She
you
was
want to
like,
speak?
told that girl off.
It's interesting that when I found that the body had never been set up, and I guess the reason is that there's never a really good time to do it because it's always seen just in its local circumstance as opposed to the need to have this institutionally. So I guess I would say this is the situation has focused everybody's mind on the need for following through on this suggestion in the 25th Amendment that Congress set up its own body. And I think, again, in the age of COVID-19, where a lot of government actors have been afflicted by it, we need to act.
Madam Speaker, to my colleague's question, I mean, this is a president who has been impeached. You've made comments in recent days suggesting that you think his mental state might be affected by the drugs that he's on. What do you say to those who see what you're doing now and say, aha, this is just another attempt to go around the public and try to get rid of this president, through a way that's not an election?
Well, let me first say, what I said about the president and the drugs was, there are those who believe that taking certain medications can affect your judgment. I don't know. I said, let's say what I actually said. I don't know. That's what I said on a call with my members. So you may have gotten it through several times from you. There are those medical professionals.
Oh, now we're talking about context.
Who say
I see.
that certain medications can impair.
Interesting, Nancy.
Judgment.
Context,
I don't
right?
know. And this is not. And I appreciate your question because this is really important. It's not about any of us making a judgment about the president's well-being. It's about this respected, bipartisan, both aspects of it, the medical side of it and the dignitary statesman side of it, are selected equally by the speaker, the leader, the speaker of the leader of the leader in a bipartisan way. And the vice president is crucial to that. When we do legislation, it's important to socialize it so that people understand why. So that we would like to have it in place, and it could be said for future presidencies. If the president wins this election, yes, it would apply to him. If he doesn't, it'll apply to the next president of the United States. But this isn't about anything to say, we got to do something like this about the election. It's not about the election at all. And I thank the distinguished gentleman from Maryland for this. This has been, we could have done this a while back. But the timing is for now because people want to know. We have to give some comfort to people that there is a way to do this. Very respectful of not making a judgment on the basis of a comment or behavior that we don't like, but based on a medical decision, again, with the full involvement of the Vice President of the United States. He or she may be at the time.
Would you concede then that the President has not met the threshold for invoking the 25th Amendment?
Well, I don't understand the question.
Well, would you concede that the President has not met the threshold for invoking the 25th Amendment?
That's not for us to decide.
Yeah, I mean, the whole point is, look, we understand that in politics people point fingers back and forth, but the issues raised are of such gravity and central importance to the nature of our government that we've got to think of this in constitutional terms. And this is why we need to set up an institution composed on a bipartisan fashion, in bicameral fashion, that will be able to make judgments, whether it is 5 months from now, 5 years from now, 50 years from now, whatever it might be. We're living in an age of a lot of chaos, and I want to say I appreciate what the speaker has to go through on a daily basis, dealing with the chaos of politics, which has been made especially intense recently. And I appreciate her seeing that we need to create some constitutional and institutional foundations for dealing with the chaos. And our forebears who wrote the 25th Amendment gave us the tools that we need to deal with these kinds of crises.
Our common ground with the American people is the Constitution of the United States. It has always been gratifying for me, edifying, to go around the country, and no matter Democrats or Republicans, right or left or whatever, that the Constitution, the rules, are what really do unify us. And this is a comfort to people, that it's not about who's in power saying, I don't like the way he or she is acting. It's about a process that is bipartisan, based in the Constitution, giving Congress the power to do this, which Congress hasn't done. And again, at a time when people understand that it has there's a necessity for it. But again, to your question, it isn't about any of us making a decision as to whether the 25th Amendment should be invoked. That's totally not the point. That's not up to us. That's not up to us. But I do go back to Mr. Raskin's point. Just put yourself in a situation and your responsibilities to your family. Should any of you suffer a stroke or COVID and go to ventilation and all the rest of it, and are not capable of making decisions for your family, just because it's unforeseen, accidental, whatever happens, wouldn't you have in advance like to have had a plan for your family? Even if it's temporary, God willing, even if it's temporary, that would be in place. So that's what this is.
Madam Speaker, on a related note, do you think...
He suggested that...
This will take one more because...
Thanks, Madam Speaker. You suggested that President Trump has an altered state of mind. What are the indications of that? And if I may, recently you commented on UK Brexit policy. Do you think Prime Minister Boris Johnson is an example of somebody whose capacity to govern is reduced by coronavirus?
I have no idea, nor do I have of President Trump. I just said he is under medication. Any of us who is under medication of that seriousness is in an altered state. He has bragged about the medication that he has taken. And again, there are articles by medical professionals saying this could, as I said earlier, could have an impact on judgment. I don't have the faintest idea about Boris Johnson, but I'm glad you brought up the subject because I think we have to be very careful about what happens in the UK. We have very stringent rules in terms of the Food and Drug Administration here about the number of clinical trials, the timing, the number of people, and all the rest, so that when a drug is approved by the FDA and the Scientific Advisory Committee, that it is safe and efficacious, then it will have the trust of the American people to take it. So vaccines are about trust. We want people to take it. So we pray that it is soon. The sooner the better. Not one day sooner than it is safe and efficacious, but not one day later either. And my concern is that the UK's system for that kind of judgment is not on a par with ours in the United States. So if Boris Johnson decides he's going to approve a drug and this president embraces that, that's the concern that I have about any similarity between the two. Thank you all very much.
On a related note, do you think it's safe for the president to go out campaigning tomorrow?
I love when they just yell out questions anyway, when they like know she's done. They just yell it out anyway. Alright, well, what do you guys think about that? Yeah. Well, she's always up to something, man. She's always up to something. Ohio voters who received wrong absentee ballots will receive correct ones, election officials say. Okay. How do you have the wrong absentee ballot? Like, do they look different? What are the different ballots? What? Dude, they're a hot mess, man. I'm telling you, when I called the other day, last week, because I didn't see my shit on file, and I was calling, and I was like, I don't understand. There's, like, it's not working. I'm trying to register online. It's not working. And, she just gave me a lot of attitude. There was a lot of fucking sass, man, from that lady on the phone, from the Board of Election. And then, you know, I saw where the building was in New York City, but of course I try to avoid traveling around the city. So, I wanted to do it any other way, and I called up, and when she again directed me, she's going to send me some sort of form in the mail, and she said bring it to that address or whatever. I asked if it's open because I saw it online and it said it was temporarily closed. Now, things, for example, the old theater I worked at in New York City and whatever, because of COVID, it says on Google, you know, online that it's temporarily closed. That's what happens because of COVID. It says temporarily, it doesn't say closed. If something closed down, it says closed. Temporarily closed means like it's just not open right now due to like COVID type shit. And so when I asked like, well, is it open? She like snapped at me and was like, why wouldn't it be open? And I'm just like, snap back at her. I was like, well, bitch, it's New York City. The city's a disaster. I said, well, the city's a disaster and nothing's open. And she was just like, oh, it's not as bad as you're making it. Yeah, it's fine. It's open. And I'm just like, okay. Didn't need the extra fucking sass, Board of Elections. God damn. I should have asked her name. Should have been a Karen in that moment. But I'm like, excuse me. What's your name, ma'am? What's your name? I was just more in shock. I don't usually give sass back to random people. But I was like pissed. I was like, okay. I'm just looking for fucking help here. And this is how you treat me. Okay. Connor works. Connor, are you at Sky still or something? I don't know. Connor worked at Sky. He says Scottish guy who asked about Boris Johnson is Sky News. Connor, will you join me for my water side supper with? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Anyway. Let me speak with your manager, yeah. Yeah, totally. I would have gone off on that heifer. She was a bitch. What do the absentee ballots look like? Like, how are they wrong? Aren't they just a ballot is a ballot, no? I don't know. Well, I'm voting. It's happening. It's official. Aren't there like local things too? Like the congressional fucking shit? I see signs everywhere. Alright guys, I don't know. Do you want to just keep looking at real-time shit? We got 3 hours on here. I'm about to get out of here. But I don't think there's really anything new. I would go down my timeline, but I'm in the Virtus Liber profile, and my timeline is all artsy shit. It's pretty much all art conversations. This is Geo. He's really, really great artist and thinker, philosopher. Oh my god. Oh my god. Can someone tell Ethan Ralph to unblock me so I can show him my painting of him passed out on the beach, painted live on the stream? Faded into sand. Oh my fucking god. That's amazing. I want Gio to paint me. That's fucking amazing. So yeah, we have a lot of art stuff on this account. That's pretty much what I revolve around on this account. My account too, but I have a lot of political people. Ah, Connor's at Sky. Look at that. We got Sky News in here. Watching Martina Markota's fucking stream. See? Connor, you should join us for the debates. Unfortunately, so far, the second debate is canceled, which I'm really upset about, but Biden should be speaking at a town hall. Trump might be speaking at a town hall. They may decide to debate together at some point outside of the commission, the fucking election committee commissions. But I don't think Biden really wants to. I think he wants to remain difficult. But whatever happens for this second debate, I guess we'll be on stream. Thanks, Matias, for following the Virtus Liber. We need a token leftist. How the tables have turned, how we have a token leftist among us, but usually I'm the token conservative. That's hilarious. So yeah. Separate debates, it's only fair. It's not really a debate if it's separate, I guess. Yeah, this is really creepy. Have you guys seen this? This is some like... Oop. I did that. It's some weird dental school robot that's like malfunctioned and it's like spazzing out. Look at this shit. That's creepy. Imagine sticking your fingers in there while you're trying to work. Bye, Josh. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm getting out of here. It's been 3 hours. I just, oh, yeah. And this is what I'm talking about. This is a tranny who does the white dots. She just puts white makeup. Like, why don't you blend that shit? Look at the white dots on that. Boop, 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 boop. Why does it look like that? Look at that. It's literally a dot on her cheeks to do cheekbones. Boop, boop, boop. So fucking weird. Aw, there's Jules. We know him from the streams. Look at Mel. Look at Mel. Some news. Let's look at my profile real quick. Because there is some cultural news, actually. Haha. That's me right now. This is hilarious. This is Camilla Harris, but made up of all the people she prosecuted. Fucking hilarious. Connor says, I was meant to be running the website for the debate next week, Wednesday, until they rudely canceled. God, how rude. So yeah, I posted this old photo of me with John Voight at some charity gala in New York City a few years ago. Can't believe it's been quite a few years ago. But yeah, so I posted that, but then someone on Facebook showed me that he is a narrator in this new documentary called Man in the Arena. And it's the legacy of Roger Ailes. So that's interesting. The link goes to Amazon Prime, so I don't know if you guys have Amazon Prime, if you got rid of your Netflix or what have you. Yeah. Yeah, this quote thing is hilarious. Van Halen died the other day. R.I.P. This artist drew him. This artist is amazing. You guys should also check him out. Eyck is his name. Very, very, very fantastic artist. I mean, look at what this guy does. Look at that. Isn't that is that the English flag? Is that what that is? When Jesus came to England, Jack? Are those the Romans behind him? Let me see. What is this? What is this about? Look at this guy. Boop, boop, boop. Yep. It's the official term. It's called highlighter, I think. Look at this guy. Amazing. Nero, surprised to learn that all he had to do was surprised and a little angered to learn that all he had to do was stop Christians from gathering was to declare, oh, now I have to know, was to declare a pandemic. Oh my god, that's funny. Nero surprised to learn that all he had to do to stop Christians from gathering was declare a pandemic. Oh my god, that's so funny. Babylon B. Good times, good times. I'll retweet that, baby. He does a lot of religious works. Really good stuff. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's that Bernini sculpture that everyone likes, where he's grabbing her thigh. It's awesome. Camilla prosecuted many blue people. God. Oh my god. Alright, yeah, well, with that said, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. The Rape of Proserpina, that's right, that's right. Look at this. Look at that. Look at him putting those like little fine hairs. It's like what I do on online with the little details. Wow. Gorge. Gorge. I mean, this goes right into what we were talking about today with the oil painting and layers, layers and layers and layers, and creating this depth and shading. It's crazy. Thanks, Heather. It's so nice to have you around. Join us next time. I think I'll do etiquette stream and figure out what political streams are happening. All right. Well, I'm out of here, guys. Love ya. Bye.